This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by Champion Sports Radio. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the audio stream and any and all other use of the accounts of this broadcast without the direct written consent and permission of Champion Sports Radio is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved by Champion Sports Radio and ChampionSportsRadio.com. This is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcasts.
Weather was the dominant story in last week's game. Actual weather with lightning delays, along with weather Sosa Jamalbo would break the 300 mark. Both happened, which spelled a rough night for the Marauders, losing 52-34 to the number 11 team in the state of Texas. That makes this week a time to regroup and continue the playoff push, in which Marcus controls their own playoff destiny. The Plano East Panthers come in needing a win to win out to secure a playoff spot, with tonight being the first step. The Panthers have a rough stretch, having lost 3 in a row and failing to break the 10-point mark in any of those games. But tonight, they hope to right that ship in front of their homecoming crowd. It's a battle on the east side of the district. It's the Marcus Marauders and the Plano East Panthers next on Champion Sports Radio.
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
Writer Gerald Early said that when they study our civilization 2,000 years from now, there will only be 3 things that Americans will be known for: the Constitution, baseball, and jazz music. GDYO's Jazz Institute provides young musicians in North Texas the opportunity to learn what it means to be a jazz musician through weekly technique classes and combo rehearsals with professional jazz musicians. From the first note to the final round of applause, GDYO Jazz Institute concerts will amaze and delight both hardcore jazz cats and new fans alike. Learn more about the truly original American art form through the GDYO Jazz Institute online at gdyo.org/jazz.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management. The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got. But whirly ball is.
For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games, zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition, or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Point of Origin Design is your one-stop shop for all your apparel, promotional, event, or team uniform needs. Point of Origin Design is a full-service design and logo creation company that offers a wide variety of imprintable and embroidered products. With competitive pricing and quality work, you can't go wrong with Point of Origin Design. It's always best to start at the right point, so visit them online at pointoforigindesign.com. Let them help you plan your next promotional item or design your next t-shirt. That's online at pointoforigindesign.com.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported, not identified Identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShotboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShockboxDFW.com today. ShockboxDFW.com.
Stay up on all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/championsportsradio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports and facebook.com/championsportsradio. Your home for championship social media.
Shell experts here to talk about the protective shield you see at Shell stations all over the country.
Featuring us.
It's there to remind you that no other gasoline protects your engine better than Shell nitrogen-enriched gasolines. Now with 20% more cleaning agents than before.
Performance-robbing gunk doesn't stand a chance because your intake valves and fuel injectors are protected.
Actively shielded.
Hence the big protective shield here.
So try Shell nitrogen-enriched gasolines today. No other gasoline protects your engine better.
For quality auto service and repair, see the folks at Flat Shell on Preston Road at I-635.
Are you tired of only spending time as a family huddled around the TV? Would you like to enjoy some culture with your loved ones without breaking the bank? Then let me introduce you to the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. The GDYO provides music education and performance opportunities for musically talented youth, but this is no kids' concert. The GDYO comprises 7 different ensembles made up of over 425 talented musicians ages 8 to 18, representing more than 50 communities in North Texas. You won't believe how amazing these ensembles sound until you hear it for yourself. So join them for one of their concerts at the Meyerson Symphony Center or Dallas City Performance Hall. For more information on how to make a donation, as well as a listing of upcoming GDYO concerts, visit gdyo.org. And if you know a talented young musician interested in an unbelievable experience, auditions take place in the spring. Connect with the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and at gdyo.org.
And we're here at Kimbrough Stadium in Murphy, Texas. After some technical difficulties, we are on the air on Champion Sports Radio. Kerry Lowry, Colton Pettijohn, and Doug Steele with Marcus High School football. First down and 10 for the Plano East Panthers. All we missed was the kickoff there. They went down to the 3-yard line. They ran it back to the 21 before Ashton Easley makes the stop. And now here go the Panthers. First down from their 21. And there's a handoff over on the right side. Breaking into the secondary for decent yardage on the play is the running back, Deontay Powell, the junior, 5'8", 140 pounds, moved from defensive back last week.
He had plenty of room to run on that play.
Second down and 1. Shotgun formation. Quarterback back to pass, makes the pass. It's caught. It's going to be a first down for the Plano East Panthers. Zadok Wilson makes the catch. His 11th catch of the season. He had 3 catches last week.
Yeah, that was just a quick dump-off pass, just enough to get the first down for Plano East. Not a bad way to start the game.
The first completion of the season, by the way, Colton, for Trooper Elwanger, the quarterback of the Plano East Panthers, who had to come into this game because of injury. There's a handoff and stuffed right up the middle. Knocked down almost immediately. Nick Nielsen, the big defensive tackle for Marcus, leading the way, and a loss of 1.
Yeah, and you mentioned injuries. They are riddled with injuries. Their starting quarterback, Miles Thompson, is out, including 2 running backs, Douglas and Trey Hunter. also out. So this will be interesting. They're going to need a lot of effort from their second-string kids tonight.
2nd and 11. 2 receivers go to the left side and 1 to the right, including a wing back, and there is a false start on the offensive line. And jumping is Brett Bishop, who's over there, the sophomore, playing right tackle, and that'll cost the Plano East Panthers 5.
And getting off to such a great start, it's sad to see a penalty like this to set them back a little ways, and they're going to get the ball, I think, at the 31-yard line, making it 2nd and about 14.
From their own 31-yard line, shotgun, Elwanger shouts a hard count out. Marcus does not bite. 10 still on the play clock. He's got a man just standing to his right, and here is his pass, and it's knocked down at the line of scrimmage, almost intercepted by the defensive lineman on the play. I believe that's Hawkins Taylor who knocks it down.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure. I think that's David Thurman.
It is.
It looked like he almost pulled a J.J. Watt, swatting it down and then catching to run it in. Couldn't quite haul it in, but a good defensive play there to leave the Panthers 3rd and 15.
2 receivers go far to the right side, and now a motion man puts a 3rd receiver over there. They're going to run behind those and slipping and falling immediately. Deontay Powell on the run. He's going to lose 2 yards there, and the Plano East Panthers end up going backwards in their second series, and it's a punting situation for them.
Yeah, he had nothing going there on that play right there. The defensive player jumped straight through the lineman and even set him back a couple yards.
Landis Durham, the punter for Plano East, stands at his own 16-yard line. Meanwhile, standing back at the 40-yard line, the return man, Adam Winston. Here is the kick. It's high. It's going to bounce. It's near Winston, but he can't afford to go up and touch that one, and it's going to come to rest at the 31-yard line of Marcus. That's where they'll take over, 1st down and 10. Cade Irwin is out with injury right now. Injury to his left knee. He is normally the punt returner, but he's been out for a couple weeks now.
It'll be interesting tonight to see what the running back play looks like. We had 2 of the running backs, 2 of the starting running backs, Hopkins along with Respis, come out with injuries. They look to be fine now. Let's see how they do tonight.
Talked to Coach before the game. He said all business as usual. However, they get pretty tight-lipped on whether there's going to be any talk about injuries. But Andrew Parrish is healthy, and he is in the backfield, and he hands it off on 1st down to Jared Mack. Mack gets the start. He goes over left tackle. He gets 5 yards. Then I'll bring up 2nd down.
And that makes me think that not everything's okay. If you're starting out with Jared Mack, and he's your 3rd running back, then I think the other 2 guys may be banged up a little bit.
2nd down and 5, shotgun, handoff Mack. Coming around near side, cuts it back up the middle of the field. He's going to be hit a couple times, get 3 yards. Mack with 268 yards coming into this game, a 5.3 average and a touchdown. But like you said, the 3rd leading rusher on the team.
Yeah, and on that play, he did a really good job of cutting back inside. Like you said, the defensive end, Durham, was coming around the left side. He saw him there and cut back towards the middle to get a couple yards.
Empty backfield, 5 receivers. Caden Smith out far right, along with Alex Albright in the slot, and then 3 receivers over on the left side, including Kubas and Jake Nelson. Here's a screen pass. Caden Smith has it. He's going to be spun around at the 45-yard line. It's a 1st down for the Marcus Marauders. A pickup of about 8 yards on that play. They're out to their own 46-yard line. We are scoreless here in the 1st quarter. 8 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the 1st quarter, the first possession of the game for Marcus after East punted.
It seemed like there was almost a jailbreak right there. They let all of the defensive linemen come through. The quarterback got the ball away fast, and we have a 1st down.
2 receivers to either side, hand off to Mack. He gets a lot of good yardage, Colton, before he's even touched. Credit to that offensive line, and give him 6 yards on 1st down.
It looked like the offensive line all went to the left side, leaving a huge gap for Mack to get a good 6-yard gain.
They're inside East territory for the first time at the 48-yard line. Snap back to Parrish, hand off Mack. It's going to be a 1st down as he gets to the 40, actually depending on the spot. Could be just barely short. Nope, they're calling the chains to move. and the Marcus Marauders are on the move at the 44-yard line of East.
And like you said, that offensive line is just paving the way for Jared Mack to get through. He wasn't touched until he got to the first down.
Motion man is Albright, fake to him. Now throwing. Downfield, a wide open receiver, dives for it, cannot get it. Overthrew him just a little. Oh, he did make the catch. A diving catch, landed on his tummy and slid to the 20-yard line. What a catch right there.
Wow, it looked like the ball bounced off of his left hand and was able to haul it in before it hit the turf. And here we go, speed up offense.
Parrish, handoff Mack. The offensive line just powering forward, and that's going to be 7.5 yards for Jared Mack on first down there. They're inside the 15-yard line of East.
And not taking anything away from Jared Mack, but he hasn't been the best back on the team, but he's looking like a starter right now.
And here's another handoff to Mack. He's going to be swallowed up. And that diving catch earlier, I believe, was Caden Smith down the left side of the formation. He just took his entire 6'5" frame and made that catch. Meanwhile, Mack runs for close to a first down. It is a first down. It's first down and 10 at the 11-yard line. Parrish, shotgun, handoff Mack, right up the middle. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage. Just spins through that. He's all the way down to the 6-yard line before he stopped. It'll be second down at the 5.
And honestly, right there on the play, it looked like Mack kind of ran into the back of a defensive player that got turned around, was unable to get past there, but up to the 5-yard line, 2nd and 4.
That big offensive line, including Creighton Barr at center. There's the handoff to Mack. Straight up the middle. He's going to be taken down, but he's going to be at the first down marker at the 1-yard line.
I think they're going to give him the first down here. Not a touchdown. So it's going to be first and about 1 yard.
Looking to punch it in here. This is the Jared Mack show to start off this game. And now a timeout is called by the officials.
Well, now the marker says 3rd and inches, so I'm not sure if they're keeping this a 3rd down. They may not have gotten the first down.
It is 3rd and inches, according to Mickey Jenkins, the referee. Handoff Mack. He's going to be hit in the backfield. They absolutely telegraphed that one, and Plano East is going to make him pay. On the tackle, Austin Corbett, a tackle for loss, and brings up a 4th down for Marcus.
And Austin Corbett, like you said, came through without even being touched right around the left side. As soon as Andrew Parrish handed off the ball, he was getting smashed. Jared Mack was just getting smashed by Austin Corbett.
And that brings in the field goal unit for Marcus. This will be a 20-yard attempt for Daniel Blaney. From the right hash mark, the snap is down. The kick is up. A line drive through the uprights. It is good. And Marcus, on their opening drive, needed to come away with points, Colton, and they did. It's Marcus 3 and East 0. Timeout on the field here at Kimbrough Stadium. 3-0 Marcus. You're listening to Marcus Marauder Football on Champion Sports Radio.
Are you looking for a way to promote your business or increase exposure? Do you just need more people to know that you're there? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games to more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. Think about it. Die-hard fans just like you tune in each and every week, giving your business unparalleled access to the community. It's the perfect way for smaller individually owned businesses to cultivate a core clientele or expand their already loyal customer base. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
Back here at Kimbrough Stadium, the Marcus Marauders lead the Plano East Panthers 3-0 after an opening field goal, a 20-yarder by Daniel Blaney. They got the ball down to the 1 yard line, could not punch it in, but they do come away with points. Blaney puts his foot into it. It's driven downfield. It's with the wind all the way down to the 1 yard line. Be brought out there and slipping there. There seems to be some moisture down there, and finding himself on his tailbone is the return man, Adi Amotosho coming around. He's the receiver on the team, and he just tried to make a cut, Colton, and couldn't get there.
Yeah, and he's the big 6'3" guy, 185 pounds. He wanted that ball so bad. The other receiver or the other return man looked like he was underneath it, and he was like, nope, get out of the way, I'm going to grab it. Got a little too anxious, and I think his feet got slid underneath him.
Handoff, straight up the middle, and spinning out of tacklers and a first down run for the running back. And that is Deontay Powell, who slipped earlier, by the way. So I want to say the drive summary in that first drive, 12 plays, 65 yards. Took up a little bit of this first quarter, and a 20-yard field goal was the result. That drive summary brought to you by Raising Cane's. Lupe at Raising Cane's on FM 407. Loves Marcus football. Now here's a play. Back to pass is Ellwanger. He throws it downfield, and it's going to be caught. No, dropped in and out of the hands of the receiver, Zadok Wilson. He had triple coverage, Colton. It's amazing he almost came down with that one.
And, yeah, like you said, Wilson had it in his hand. He just got plowed, hit from both the back and front side. Front side defender hit him right in between the numbers, popping the ball out. And it's going to be 2nd down and 10.
Only 14 on the play clock as they break the huddle. 2 receivers go out to the right side. And Ellwanger in the shotgun. Now it's a throw out to the right side. Ellwanger had a long throw on that one, and that was behind the line of scrimmage, trying to find Zadok Wilson. Little bubble screen there. It just didn't work. It's going to be 3rd down now.
And Wilson knew that was over his head. He didn't even try to jump for the ball. Not a great throw by Ellwanger. It was kind of telegraphed the whole way. You knew exactly what they were doing as soon as the ball was snapped, that they were going to throw it out to the right side. Either way, I think if he caught it, he probably still wouldn't have gone much farther than a couple yards.
4:04 to go, first quarter. It's Marcus 3, East 0. Back to pass. Ellwanger throws deep. He's got a man out there. It's in and out of his hands. He threw a nice little timing pattern there to Odi Amotsho, and it just turned at the last second and could not bring it in.
Not a terrible throw, but I can't help but think he may have felt the pressure on the backside from Andrew Fitzgerald coming in fast and hard. Good thing he got the ball away, or they may have had to go to their 3rd-string quarterback there.
4th down and 10. The punter stands at his own 13-yard line. Meanwhile, Winston, the return man, stands at his own 40. Almost blocked, but not blocked. What about the pressure there? And that definitely affected the kick, Colton. And Marcus will take over at their own 48-yard line. Credit to Hunter Warner on the special teams unit for getting close to blocking that one.
Well, and it looked like the punting team took their precious time on that one and giving the defender time to run up through and almost get that block in. Not a quick snap. It kind of seemed to float up, and that may have had an effect on such a short punt.
4 plays, 14 yards on that last drive for Plano East, resulting in the punt. Handoff on this one, and there is Mack driving his way up the middle. Finally going to be pushed back. And he gets some yardage there. At least 3 yards will give him on 1st down for Jared Mack. That drive summary brought to you by Marcus Photos. Individual photos available for all of our teams this year, including cheerleaders, sports medicine, and managers. That is at marcusfootball.com. Handoff to Jared Mack, and this time he breaks into the secondary and he gets a 1st down. He's inside the 40-yard line of Plano East, down to the 38, and they reset on 1st down.
And that was a good run right there, just being able to follow his blocks.
Into motion is Albright. He'll take the handoff on the jet sweep. He cuts back inside 10 yards for Alex Albright on that run, and that might move the chains again. It's down to the 29-yard line of East.
And that's the 3rd time Albright has come around for the sweep. First time that they've actually handed it off to him. The last couple of times actually faking the handoff to him, giving it to Mack, and he's 1 yard away from getting the 1st down.
2nd down and 1. Parrish, shotgun, handoff Mack. First down to the 25-yard line and move the chains yet again. Marcus averaging just over 20 first downs every single game while holding their opponents to 12, and that's their 6th first down, and we are still in the first quarter with 2.5 minutes to go.
You can't really say enough about this offensive line. As soon as the ball is snapped, the offensive line is upfield a little bit and just great blocking lanes. Good job by the offensive line, not letting anyone sniff the line of scrimmage.
Ryan Friedewald out far left side along with Caden Smith in the slot. Andrew Parrish gets his redirect from the sideline. He's back to pass. Here comes a late safety blitz. Parrish has to come out of it. He's going to be tackled and sacked behind the line by 4 yards. He tried to tuck and run, but he was swallowed up.
Yeah, that was Deion Davis on the tackle. Good job of reading the quarterback and sticking there as soon as he tucks the ball in. Davis was there to get the tackle. Loss of about 4.
Still no flags in this game. I just cursed it. Here we go. Andrew Parrish from the right hash mark. Handoff. Mack. Great blocking up front. He gets 7 yards before he's even touched. And then he surges forward down to the 21-yard line. Got a lot of that yardage back that they had lost. It's going to be 3rd down and 7.
It's not a terrible place to be, especially since you were just at 2nd and 14.
2 receivers, Albright and Caden Smith off to the right side. Ryan Friedewald over on the left. And now a 3rd receiver, Jake Nelson, over on the right side. From the shotgun, Andrew Parrish. He's back to pass. Again, a safety blitz. It's Jared Mack. Jared Mack drops it. Little screen pass that might have been trouble getting the first down, but no, not going to get anything if you drop it there.
Yeah, that was a little dump-off pass, like you said, to Jared Mack. There was defenders all in the area. I'm not sure if he's going to go very far, but was unable to even haul it in. Just not focused and thinking about the run after the catch more than he should have actually been thinking about catching the ball.
Marcus has faced 52 4th downs in this season, and they've gone for it 56% of the time. But here they are, 2 4th downs so far in this game, and they have gone for the field goal. Here's the kick from Daniel Blaney. It is up. It is good. That's a strong kick there from about 39 yards. That's about his range that we have seen, and he got that one through.
Yeah, 39 I think is his season long. Solid kick, splits the uprights.
Timeout on the field. Marcus, 2 possessions, 2 scores, but only field goals. It's 6-0. You're listening to Marcus Marauder Football on Champion Sports Radio.
Writer Gerald Early said that when they study our civilization 2,000 years from now, there will only be 3 things that Americans will be known for: the Constitution, baseball, and jazz music. GDYO's Jazz Institute provides young musicians in North Texas the opportunity to learn what it means to be a jazz musician through weekly technique classes and combo rehearsals with professional jazz musicians. From the first note to the final round of applause, GDYO Jazz Institute concerts will amaze and delight both hardcore jazz cats and new fans alike. Learn more about the truly original American art form through the GDYO Jazz Institute online at gdyo.org/jazz.
There's a
And ready for the kickoff here at Kimbrough Stadium. Daniel Blaney, who has already put 6 points up in this game, ready to put some more, or ready to pin Plano East deep. There's the kick, again, just with a 10-mile-an-hour wind, and he blasted through the back of the end zone. That might be the first one for Blaney. He's got to be proud of that one. He's trotting off that field. He's happy. He's got 27 points on the season coming into this game. He's up to 33 now after the 2 field goals.
That last drive summary was 8 plays for 30 yards, ending in a 39-yard field goal, putting Marcus up 6-0.
Drive summary brought to you by the Louisville Education Foundation. Founded in 1990. Go to lisdef.com. Here's a handoff and hit behind the line of scrimmage. Another tackle for loss, and their first was Andrew Fitzgerald.
Yeah, he was. Andrew Fitzgerald was there immediately, and then Jared Carmichael came in to clean the rest up.
Again, that Plano East offense with Trooper Elwanger, who had yet to complete a pass this season. The junior quarterback replacing the injured Miles Thompson, and he is 3 weeks ago he got moved up to varsity, let's put it that way, and now here he is in the limelight. Here's a pass and just a great, would have been an open field tackle, but staying on his feet is the receiver, Zadok Wilson, clearly the number one target for Elwanger, and that got a few yards when it looked like it was going to be a loss.
Strong pressure by Andrew Fitzgerald, putting his hands up in the air, almost blocking the ball, able to get it to the receiver. Then Adam Winston was a solid hit, but didn't wrap up all the way through, and the receiver was able to put his hand down and stay up.
It'll be a third down and 8 when we come back. It's the end of the first quarter. 0-0's on the clock. Clock moving fast today. Marcus 6, East 0. You're listening to Marcus Marauder Football on Champion Sports Radio.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management. The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Point of Origin Design is your one-stop shop for all your apparel, promotional, event, or team uniform needs. Point of Origin Design is a full-service design and logo creation company that offers a wide variety of imprintable and embroidered products. With competitive pricing and quality work, you can't go wrong with Point of Origin Design. It's always best to start at the right point, so visit them online at pointoforigindesign.com. Let them help you plan your next promotional item or design your next t-shirt. That's online at pointoforigindesign.com.
And back to pass, throwing it out into the right flat. It is caught. And on 3rd down and 7, Plano East gets a first down on that pass to Odie Omotosho.
It's a good job by Omotosho to hang on to the ball. Just a quick pass and good field awareness to see where he needed to get the ball to, and got plenty for the first down.
Trooper Elwanger, the quarterback. He's got 3 receivers over to the left side. This time he's going to read and hand off inside to his running back, Deontay Powell. Powell with huge speed, but he's not able to get past the line of scrimmage. Give him 2 yards there. It will be 2nd down and 8.
And these last couple weeks, Jacob Carmichael has been a beast. He's been everywhere, and he was right in the middle of that play, getting the tackle, and that was pretty much a gang tackle, getting him for only I think a gain of 1.
2 receivers to the right side. Now a motion man makes 3 over there. Handoff on the sweep to Deontay Powell, and he has a little bit of room. Makes a nice inside move, and he's out to his own 45-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and 1.5.
And I would definitely keep my eye on Powell tonight. He has been able to run, not only get past his line, but getting some room to run and almost getting the first down there.
7 rushes, 26 yards for Powell, only averaging 3.7. But he is going to be the workhorse here today. Elwanger, shotgun. Snap, handoff to the fullback. The fullback's going to be hit immediately, but then surges forward, and he's going to get a first down. Timeout, move the chains for the Plano East Panthers.
Yeah, like you said, initially looked like he was stopped short, but was able to surge forward, push forward, just crank those legs until he gets the first down, putting them at the 47-yard line for first down.
And I believe that is Landis Durham on the carry for the Plano East Panthers. He has come out of the game now, replaced by the speed back who gets the ball right there, gets into the linebacker core before he is taken down.
And we talked about this guy a little bit before the game. He's only 5'8", 140 pounds, but is able to take those hits. I mean, he's already taken quite a few hits out there and is in high spirits. He's high-fiving everyone, saying, come on, let's go. I know we may be the underdogs, but they still are looking pretty good.
Two receivers go to the left, one to the right for Ellwanger. In the shotgun, he has Powell standing just to his right. Hard count, nobody jumps. Now they're reset. Ellwanger back then again to his set position. Back to pass, throws it out into the flat. It is caught downfield and then dropped at the last second. It was in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Cameron Moore. He thought he had it.
Yeah, and the defender got there with perfect timing. As soon as the ball comes into his arms, hit from the backside, just popping the ball right loose. And I honestly thought that the other receiver, I think that was Tim Wilson, almost got the bounce to make the completion, but was unable to.
3rd down and 5 coming up. They're at the Marcus 48-yard line. Clock running all the way down to 6 on the play clock, and Plano East is going to have to call a timeout. And we'll take a timeout too. They had to get this one straight. Big 3rd down coming up for East. It's Marcus 6, Plano East 0 on Champion Sports Radio.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShopboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShockboxDFW.com today. ShockboxDFW.com.
And a snap, and back is Ellwanger. He's looking deep down the right side. It's going to be incomplete. And now interference. Will it go against the offense or the defense? It was a motor show on offense and Ashton Easley on defense. And it looks like it could go either way.
They're calling it on Ashton Easley, pass interference. I don't know. He turned around in time and was able to get his hands up there. I'm not sure if I totally agree with this call.
It would be only the 2nd penalty of the game, but it'd be a big one on a 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, this is the first penalty. I think it's the first penalty for Marcus all game.
And it is against Marcus. It's going to be a 1st down and 10 for East at the 33-yard line of Marcus. 6-0 Marcus. 8:57 to go first half. Ellwanger sends a runner into motion. Now he's going to hand it off to Powell. Powell is strung out all the way. It's going to be a tackle for loss. And the defense stiffens after the penalty.
Oh, and he was just he was met and wrapped up there by Jonathan Booby. Jonathan Booty was there wrapping him up and dropping him for a little bit of loss. I'm surprised. Nope, they're moving it. Yeah, he got about 3 yards lost on that play, so it's going to be 2nd and 13.
Yet another tackle for loss. And like you said, Jonathan Booty gets credit for that one. From the 36-yard line, the motor show was on the right side. Motion man, movement on the defensive line, blitz. Here they come. Throw over the middle. 2-move play, could not get it away, and it was just uncatchable there down the middle of the field to Austin Corbett.
And Trevor Costello actually looks like he grabbed the shoulder of the wide receiver, but luckily was not called on that, and it's going to be 3rd and 13.
That one really was. There might have been a little contact. However, that was clearly uncatchable to the tight end, Austin Corbett, who only has 1 catch on the season so far. 2nd down and 13.
And even though they haven't scored yet, but this 2nd string / 3rd string team that they've pulled together on offense has really done a great job of moving the ball.
6-0, Marcus leads East. 8 minutes, 10 seconds to go, first half. They move the ball back 5 yards for a penalty on East. And it's now 2nd down it's going to be second down and 17 from the Marcus 41-yard line. Elwanger fakes it, keeps it, drilled, dropped, loss on the play. Yet another tackle for loss.
And that was Jonathan Booty there again on the tackle. Poor guy looks to fake handoff there, keeps it himself, and had nowhere to go. Right in front of him, the defender was there for the tackle.
Coming into the game, Connor Pickett replacing Peyton Creek on the defensive line. Shotgun on third down and 19. Back to pass, Elwanger stares down his receiver, throws, it's incomplete. He was looking out on the left side for Cameron Moore, could not get him.
It was just a little far out in front of him to the left side. Honestly, the defender was all over him either way. Not sure if he would have been able to complete that even if it was a good throw. Good defense by Marcus to cause the Panthers to punt the ball here.
Landis Durham stands at his own 44-yard line. He should be able to pin Marcus deep with his punt. And he pooch punts it down the right side. A nice choice. And it's going to bounce. Finally, it's going to get picked up by Adam Winston. He's going to try to make something out of it. You got to give him credit. He couldn't just sit down and stare at it rolling inside the 10-yard line. So he picked it up, but he's going to be dropped for a little bit of a loss on the return. Marcus will start at their own 7-yard line.
Yeah, and if he would have picked it up and just gone straight forward along the sideline, he may have been able to get a couple yards, but instead trying to get a bigger gain, trying to sweep around, and in the process getting dropped for about a 3-yard loss.
11 plays, 33 yards on that drive. Come away with no points, ends in a punt. Marcus takes over. They're on the 7-yard line. It's going to be a keeper for Parrish. Parrish gets up the sideline. He's going to get a first down. Andrew Parrish following his blockers beautifully. Gets 15 yards.
And just like you said, following his blockers and able to get up to the 22-yard line for the first down. And it's always scary when you get pinned back there, but now they can breathe. Now they're at the 22-yard line.
Two receivers over to the right side, one to the left, and it's Jared Mack who hurdles the defender and then is finally brought down, but not until he's all the way out to his 29-yard line. That is Nate Hopkins. It's Nate Hopkins in the game. Sorry about that, Doug. Called out the wrong guy. Nate Hopkins into the game for his first carry since the first quarter last week when he went out with an injury. Second down and 3. Hopkins stands to the right of Andrew Parrish. Handoff Hopkins again. Hopkins a little more gingerly running up the middle, I would think you would agree, Colton, but it is a first down.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. Before the game, we saw him doing some of his practices, some of his drills, and you could tell that he was favoring that ankle from last week. I'm not sure exactly. It may have been a sprain, but he's in the game.
6.5 minutes to go, first half. Parrish throws out to the side. It's going to be a lateral and out of bounds, actually caught by a coach, and they might call that a big loss on the play. If I were the Plano East defense or coaching staff, I would call it that. But they're not. They're calling it an incomplete pass, luckily, for Marcus. It'll be second down and 10 after that play went over Alex Albright's head. They set up quickly, two receivers to the right side, one to the left. The ball in the left hash mark from their own 34-yard line. Handoff Hopkins, weaving through traffic, and he's going to be really close to a first down. Give him 10 or 11 yards on that run. Move the chains, Marcus.
And he is just having no problem moving the ball. Even if his ankle is a little iffy, he looks perfectly fine getting up there for the first down. They're going to move this ball quick again.
First down and 10 from their own 45-yard line. Handoff of the jet sweep to Alex Albright, but he is going to be tripped up on that play. A nice play by Trayvon Ransom. And that is only a 1-yard gain for Alex Albright.
And Nate Hopkins was up front making some blocks, but was not able to block that defender. I think he came around, and Hopkins didn't even see him. Sneaking in there for a tackle.
Albright came into the game with 12 rushes for 87 yards and a touchdown on the season so far. Snap back to Parrish. He's going to keep it. Weave through blockers and then find a spot up the sideline. He's going to be very close to, and yes, he did get a first down into East territory.
It looked like he had nowhere to go on that, and he just escapes to the left side. It was design run the whole way, I think, and was able to tightrope the sideline for the first down.
Snap back, Parrish throws out to the right side. He's got him on the screen. Now Albright, and a loss on the play. Second time they've tried that play. Second time it didn't look very good, but it's on first down, so they get a lot more shots at it. Second down and 12.
There's not a lot that Albright could have done there. As soon as the ball got to his hand, there was two defenders swarmed all over him.
5 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the first half. Marcus leading 6-0 with the ball. Handoff Hopkins. He's got room over on the right side. He's going to be upended, but not until he gets about 4 yards there, and it'll bring up third down and 8. Doug Steele is preparing some of the scores from around the area, and we will get those to you sometime in just a few minutes. We will have scores from around the district, as well as some of the key games in the area, and scores from the other district that the District 6-6A will play 6-5A 5-6A in the playoffs here in about a month. Here's a pass out to the right side. It's going to be caught. It's going to be short of a first down, however, but the catch is made by Jake Nelson, who had his coming out party last week with 3 catches and a touchdown, and there's his 4th catch of the season. It'll be 4th down, and they're going to go for it. From the east 36-yard line, Parrish in the shotgun. 3 receivers over to the right side, which is the short side of the formation here. Remember that Coach Stanford loves to go for it, and now a timeout is called by Plano East. They want to check things out with 4:06 to go in the first half. We'll take a timeout too. The bands are lining up and getting ready for halftime, but we still have 4 minutes and 6 seconds on Champion Sports Radio.
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
And we're back here real quick. I'll give you a couple scores. Hebron versus Flower Mound. The game's tied up 7-7 in the first quarter.
4th down, and Marcus is going for it after the timeout called by Plano East. East with 1 timeout still left. 4th and 3. From the east 36-yard line, Caden Smith goes into motion. It's going to be a handoff. It's going to be close to a first down. The surge forward, he didn't get it. They pushed him back, and Plano East will take over on downs at their own 34-yard line.
I think that was C.J. Respis on the carry. That's the first carry of the game, I believe. I'm not sure if that was a great time to bring him in for his first carry. And like you said, turnover on downs. Plano East will get the ball at the 34-yard line. To continue with some of the scores around the area, Louisville against Plano West. Plano West is up 7-0. Last night, Plano played McKinney-Boyd, and McKinney-Boyd just handled them 29-7.
First down and 10 for East. Motion man comes across. Now it's a handoff to Powell. Powell cuts it inside. Now busts it outside. He's got the 39-yard line, just really close to the 40. An exciting 6-yard run for Deontay Powell.
And Powell has some really good footwork, jumping in and out and able to switch directions really fast. Kind of a little scat back and able to get a 6-yard gain. Maybe only I think they're only calling it a 5-yard gain.
At the 40-yard line, second down and about 4.5. Motion man starts. Elwanger back to pass, got a man. It's a motor show. He's going to fight for a first down. He caught it at the marker, then turned, fought through a tackler, David Thurman, and finally taken down by Thurman and Jacob Carmichael.
He was actually slipping out of a couple tackles. Like you said, Thurman and Carmichael all there, but also Sam Morris was there to grab his feet as well.
3:05 to go in the first half here at homecoming at Plano East. And it's a close one here, 6-0, Marcus leading the East Panthers. Two receivers over to the left side. It's going to be a handoff on the sprint draw, and it's going to be 5 yards on first down to Deontay Powell. He's inside Marcus territory at the 49.
Jacob Carmichael there again, along with Jop on the tackle. Before they could get there, though, the running back got 5 yards on the play.
It's one of those things, Colton. We talked to Coach Stanford before the game, said, hey, just because there's backups in for Plano East, the next man up could be just as good or if not better than the guy who was in the starting position, and that may be what we're seeing right now. Back to pass, Elwanger. He's got a man, and it's going to be dropped. What a perfect pass over on the left side, and he found his man over there, and it was incomplete. Bounces off of the hands of the intended receiver, Jason Siebert, the 6'4 senior.
And like you said, I think these players, the second-string players, are even more hungry than the starting players, so they're playing their hearts out tonight, and give them all the credit. They've looked pretty good.
2 out of 5 on third down of the Plano East Panthers. That is 40%, which is above the 24% that Marcus allows. 3rd and 5, though. And here's the snap. Handoff, Deontay Powell. He's going to be tackled short of a first down. He'd be 2 yards short. And now a timeout is called by the Marcus Marauders because they know they're going to get the ball back here, and they want to preserve time with 1:59 to go. It's 6-0, Marcus over East. You're listening to Marcus Marauder Football on Champion Sports Radio.
Many heart conditions can be fixed, but many of us don't know we have a problem until it's too late. On April 2, 2009, Zachary Schraw, a 16-year-old sophomore offensive lineman, died of sudden cardiac arrest, the #1 cause of death among student athletes. Like so many SCA victims, Zach had no heart issues, nor did anyone in his family. If Zach had an echocardiogram, he might have been able to avoid suffering a condition that takes 10,000 of our youth each year. In his memory, Living for Zachary was formed to try and prevent SCA from taking the lives of youth everywhere. Join in the fight today and stop the silent killer of SCA by scheduling your young athlete for an echocardiogram, a procedure that can detect any heart issue with 99% accuracy. For more information, visit www.livingforzachary.org.
Handoff, Plano East on 4th down, breaking free, Landis Dunham. He's the punter, but he was not in as the punter. He was in as the fullback, and he breaks up the sideline for a run for a touchdown. 46 yards, Landis Durham on the carry.
And he just, like you said, broke through the first level, and after that was gone, speeding his way down to the end zone. 46-yard touchdown for Plano East.
We're 1 extra point away from untying this game and giving Plano East their first lead of the game. The kick is blocked. Can it be run back now? It could be for 2 points, and it's still alive. Ashton Easley has it. He's still alive with it, trying to get away. Cannot get past his own 35-yard line. A gallant effort there. And what a block by the special teams unit for the Marcus Marauders.
The initial player, I think that was Adam Winston that was trying to pick it up, unable to get it. Ashton Easley able to come in there and grab it a little while later, but by the time he gets the ball, runs a little bit, the whole Plano East was there to surround him and push him out of bounds with that one. But now the game's tied 6-6 with 1:50 left in the first half.
Timeout on the field. 6-6, like you said. We're at 1:50 till halftime on Champion Sports Radio.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by Champion Sports Radio. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the audio stream, and any and all other use of the accounts of this broadcast without the direct written consent and permission of Champion Sports Radio is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved by Champion Sports Radio and ChampionSportsRadio.com. This is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcasts.
Back here at Kimbrough Stadium, Kerry Lowry, Colton Pettijohn, Doug Steele bringing you Marcus High School football. And we got a rough one today. Marcus and East is tied at 6. Here's the kick. Caden Smith takes it to his own 21-yard line after the very short kick. He's going to return it about 7 yards. And a fumble at the end of the play. And there are no whistles. Who's going to end up with it?
The East Coast is pointing that they have the ball, but they do not.
Marcus gets the sign from the official, and now a Marcus player is down on the field. We'll check the injury, and we'll come back on Champion Sports Radio.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management. The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.in.
Place for...
And getting up under his own power, Will Miller, the senior defensive lineman for the Marcus Marauders. Actually not under his own power, needing quite a bit of help to get to the sideline.
And he already has a brace around his left knee, and that is the leg that he's having trouble with.
Starting left defensive end, Will Miller. Big loss for the Marcus Marauders. Look for Hawkins Taylor or Jonathan Booty or Connor Pickett to get some time here, or B.J. Copeland, that second line.
And we've already seen Jonathan Booty out there quite a bit, and in past games we've seen B.J. Copeland, so there you go.
Here's the snap to Andrew Parrish, and he gets across the 30-yard line, and a designed quarterback keeper. Clearly they've implemented this play into the playbook, and they didn't have it before, Colton, because they've run it 3 times now, that time for 6 or 5 yards.
Yeah, we've seen a lot more quarterback runs that are successful tonight. He's run a little bit before, but now he's been successful with it.
And here is a run by C.J. Respis, who was hit at the end of the play, but that moves the chains. Nice to see Respis out there, Colton.
Yeah, it's good to see that he's also healthy. All the running backs, we've seen all 3 of them tonight so far.
Parrish, shotgun, takes the snap, designed run again. He breaks free, 50-yard line down to the 46. Up Plano East, move the chains. 14 yards on that run for Andrew Parrish.
Respis and Ryan Friedewald with great blocking up there along the left side to get him the first down.
Quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Here comes Albright. No, they don't throw it to him. Instead, they throw it downfield. It's Caden Smith. He's got it at the 20-yard line and falls down to the 17. He just reached up and stole it away from Reuben Donald, the defender.
And Donald was all over him, but Caden Smith so strong, so big, able to haul that one in for the first down.
Parrish sets him quickly. Another designed run, the same exact play. He's got blockers everywhere. C.J. Respis lays a huge block. And Andrew Parrish is down to the 10-yard line.
And I think that's the reason why they have Respis in. Even though he's probably the smallest back, he is definitely the best blocking back on the team.
Second down and 2 from the 10-yard line. The handoff to the C.J. Respis, and he's going to be hit and dropped for no gain on the play. So it'll be 3rd down and 2. 35 seconds to go. Now clock running. Clock is a factor here with 30 seconds to go in the first half. Tied at 6. Marcus still with 2 timeouts. East with 1 timeout. Shotgun Parrish. Designed run to the left. Student body left. Parrish jumps into the end zone. He's out of bounds. He stepped out at the 2 before he could get that leap going.
Oh, and like you said, he dove just flying across. Looked like he had the touchdown there, but I guess he got his left foot out of bounds at the 2-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal.
The clock did stop on that, however, 17 seconds. Just about everybody's over to that left side, and now a timeout is being called as McCullough just runs from the 25-yard line to the 5 about as fast as one of his players so that they can call their final timeout.
That looks like a 4.540 there probably. He's speeding down there.
We'll take a break, too. It's 6-6, Marcus in Plano East, but Marcus knocking on the door when we come back on Champion Sports Radio.
Point of Origin Design is your one-stop shop for all your apparel, promotional, event, or team uniform needs. Point of Origin Design is a full-service design and logo creation company that offers a wide variety of imprintable and embroidered products. With competitive pricing and quality work, you can't go wrong with Point of Origin Design. It's always best to start at the right point, so visit them online at pointoforigindesign.com. Let them help you plan your next promotional item or design your next t-shirt. That's online at pointoforigindesign.com.
And at the 2-yard line is where the ball is spotted. 1st down and goal at the 2. Marcus can still stop the clock twice with timeouts if they do not get in here. Andrew Parrish under center, turns around, hands off C.J. Respis into the end zone. Touchdown, Marcus Marauders.
And just like that, one play out of the timeout, able to run in for the touchdown. C.J. Respis, good to see him out there and healthy, able to run in to put Marcus up 12-16 pending this extra point. I think they're going for 2 here.
They do have it lined up there. It's 12-6. Shotgun, Parrish. It's a reverse. It's the throw from Albright to Parrish in the end zone, and he gets the conversion. 2 points on the trick play, and it's 14-6.
And Parrish ran to the right side. Albright, not a good throw, throwing to the back shoulder, having to turn around, catch the ball, but was able to do so for the 2-point conversion.
And the Marcus Marauders pull one out of the book there. And with 12 seconds to go in the first half, they take the lead 14-6. We'll be right back on Champion Sports Radio.
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
Back at Kimbrough Stadium, Kerry Lowry, Colton Pettijohn, Doug Steele with Marcus High School football on Champion Sports Radio. 12 seconds to go in the first half. Marcus takes it the length of the field, 8 plays, 73 yards, and finally punched in by a C.J. Respis, and then the 2-point conversion on the trick play. The pass from Alex Albright to Andrew Parrish to convert the 8-point swing there and an 8-point lead. Daniel Blaney puts his foot into it. It's against the wind. It's going to land at the 11-yard line and bounce backwards, and now it's trouble. Finally picked up, though, by the Plano East return man, and he gets virtually nowhere, stumbling forward, saving maybe a touchdown if the Marauders would have picked it up.
That was a pretty tricky bounce there. The ball lands around the 15-yard line, but bounced back towards the Marcus players. The returners scrambling up there to try to get the ball, thinking that the ball's going to bounce back to them, and they were able to get the ball at the 16-yard line.
9 seconds to go in the first half. From the shotgun, and there's the handoff to the running back. Big speed, don't let him get free. It's going to be a first down and more. Out to the 30-yard line by Deontay Powell, but a flag behind the play. No, first down. Move the chains for Plano East, but the clock almost runs out. He does run. They stop the clock to move the chains, and there's no way they'll get another one in 1 second, and therefore 000s on the clock. An exciting first half. Colton and the Marcus Marauders with a late drive push it down there and get into the end zone with the 2-point conversion. They lead 14-6. We'll be back with the Shockbox DFW halftime show on Champion Sports Radio right after this.
Stay up on all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports and facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship social media. Writer Gerald Early said that when they study our civilization 2,000 years from now, there will only be 3 things that Americans will be known for: the Constitution, baseball, and jazz music. GDYO's Jazz Institute provides young musicians in North Texas the opportunity to learn what it means to be a jazz musician through weekly technique classes and combo rehearsals with professional jazz musicians. From the first note to the final round of applause, GDYO Jazz Institute concerts will amaze and delight both hardcore jazz cats and new fans alike. Learn more about the truly original American art form through the GDYO Jazz Institute online at gdyo.org/jazz.
And back here on Champion Sports Radio, it's the Shockbox DFW halftime show. I want to give a shout out. First of all, a shout out to Gary Watson, the Booster Club president, for helping us with information on the broadcast on the fly. Appreciate that, Gary. Also want to give a shout out to the cross country team. The girls cross country team is going into district, is ranked number 1 in the state of Texas. New Braunfels is 2nd, the Woodlands 3rd. Yeah, can't find any other district team except for Hebron in the top 10. So that'll be their biggest be their biggest opponent at district. And Colton, the boys have done pretty well as well in cross country this season.
Yeah, well, at number 1 is South Lake Carroll, but Marcus is number 8 in Texas.
In Texas,
wow,
for the boys. Yeah.
Pretty impressive. Good job for both cross country teams, boys and girls. But yeah, like you said, don't leave out the boys. Even though the girls are number 1 in the state of Texas, the boys cross country team has done really well in 8th overall. Their competition is, like you said, Hebron at number 9 for the boys. So that'll be a fun district for cross country, men and women.
And Doug Steele, our statistician and guy getting the scores, his nephew's on the boys cross country team, Brady Steele, right? And he what now? He won his first race last weekend.
That's impressive.
So Brady Steele coming on strong as a senior for the Marcus cross country team. We'll have a little update on the band as they're out there right now. We'll tell you what they're going to be doing later this week, as well as listen to the band a little bit as the Marquettes perform right now on the field. We'll also have the first half stats and the drives of the first half on Champion Sports Radio. This is the Chalkbox DFW halftime show on Champion Sports Radio. Marcus 14, Plano East 6.
Are you looking for a way to promote your business or increase exposure? Do you just need more people to know that you're there? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games to more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. Think about it. Die-hard fans just like you tune in each and every week. giving your business unparalleled access to the community. It's the perfect way for smaller individually owned businesses to cultivate a core clientele or expand their already loyal customer base. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShopboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShockboxDFW.com today. ShockboxDFW.com. Are you tired of only spending time as a family huddled around the TV? Would you like to enjoy some culture with your loved ones without breaking the bank? Then let me introduce you to the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. The GDYO provides music education and performance opportunities for musically talented youth, but this is no kids' concert. The GDYO comprises 7 different ensembles made up of over 425 talented musicians ages 8 to 18, representing more than 50 communities in North Texas. You won't believe how amazing these ensembles sound until you hear it for yourself. So join them for one of their concerts at the Meyerson Symphony Center or Dallas City Performance Hall. For more information on how to make a donation, as well as a listing of upcoming GDYO concerts, visit gdyo.org. And if you know a talented young musician interested in an unbelievable experience, auditions take place in the spring. Connect with the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and at gdyo.org.
Back here at Kimbrough Stadium on the Shockbox DFW halftime show. The Marcus Band performing their contest routine right now, and they will be the backdrop music for us as we go over the drives of the first half. But the first thing we're going to do is do some of these scores that we've been delaying giving you. But first, well, you know what? First of all, we're going to tell you that the band, is this tomorrow? Okay. The UIL contest for the Marcus Band, for actually all the LISD bands, is tomorrow. And it is out at Standard Stadium in Carrollton, Texas, right off of I-35 and Valwood Parkway, I believe, or Valley View. It's one of those two. Right in that area. You can't really miss it. And the band will be performing at 6:15 p.m. tomorrow, right as leading into dusk. Should be a beautiful time to be out there and a beautiful time to watch a fantastic band you can hear right now, the Marcus High School Band.
Yeah, and like you said earlier, I know we have a lot of Flower Mound people around as well. I think Flower Mound's playing at 6:30, right after Marcus.
Yep. That's true.
There's nothing like a great band competition, especially UIL, when you're getting ready to, try to go to state and whatnot. So much fun. I was in band, so brings back some old good memories.
And you know what? Marcus right now going through their routine. This is like their last dress rehearsal, you might call it, for tomorrow, which is their biggest. It's their playoffs tomorrow for the band.
And they're looking and sounding really good.
So some scores from around the area, Colton.
So like we already said, Plano and Boyd, they played last night, and Boyd whooped them 29-7. Hebron and Flower Mound. Hebron has 10, Flower Mound 14. I think they're about to go into halftime. Then Louisville, Plano West up on them 28-8. And in District 5, 6A, we have Denton Ryan played last night, beating Fossil Ridge, Keller Fossil Ridge, 35 to 21. Keller Timberview is laying an egg against Keller, 14-0 in the second quarter. Justin Northwest up 21-14 on Byron Nelson in the second quarter. And Keller Central getting beat by Denton Geyer 28-13 in the second quarter.
So the class of that district is Geyer, Ryan, the Keller Indians that you called out there that are also winning tonight. And I believe if I was going to make a bet, I'd get Fossil Ridge probably in there. So our Craig Way Memorial High School game of the week, the Wolfforth Friendship Friends are up 21-20 over the Amarillo-Tascosa Yellow Boggy Creeks. And they really are the Yellow Boggy Creeks. So now they're not the Friendship Friends. Maybe they are. I'm really not positive. But that's the one that Doug picked out for us on the Steve Steele Memorial score of the week, 21-20. We'll continue to track that game.
Yeah, well, let's see how this game's gone so far. We're going to do the
Let's do the drives of the first half. We'll go through this pretty quick. It's 14-6. Marcus leads. Marcus deferred their option on the coin toss and elected to kick off to the Plano East Panthers, and Plano East went pretty quick. 5 plays, 8 yards. They managed a first down, but they ended up having to punt it away to Marcus. Marcus took over at their own 31-yard line, and they marched down the field, got all the way to the 2-yard line officially before being knocked backwards on a 3rd down and 1 from the 2, and they ended up settling for a 20-yard field goal by Daniel Blaney, and Marcus was up 3-0. Plano East got the ball, and they went 4 plays, 14 yards, and ended up having to punt again. They managed yet a first down on the very first play from scrimmage, but they got stopped after that.
Yeah, and with 3 incompletions, throw, all of those incompletions caused them to punt the ball. And we're going to have to keep an eye on this Durham kid because he's the punter. But as we'll see in a moment, he's made a play on the offensive side.
Marcus got the ball, and they went run on theirs. Jared Mack, the feature back on this drive, and they drive it down the field. 8 plays, 30 yards, but they have to settle for a pretty long field goal, and Blaney puts it up from 39 yards to give Marcus the 6-0 lead. So decent progress by the Marcus offense, but only 6 points they come away with. Plano East, therefore, comes back, and they go 11 plays, 33 yards on a just painful watch drive, and they end up finally punting it away, but they do pin Marcus deep in their own territory. Marcus goes 11 plays, 59 yards, is able to get it out of there. They go for it on 4th down and 3 in kind of no man's land inside Plano East territory, and they do not get it. They go 4th and 3. They get 2 yards on a run by C.J. Respis, and they turn it over on downs. Plano East takes over, and they go down the field. 6 plays, 66 yards. The key play, like you just said, from Landis Durham.
Yeah, Landis Durham, number 46, gets a 46-yard run for a touchdown. This was on a 4th down, and I'm not sure if the coaches on the Marcus sideline thought they were going to punt the ball, but the plans changed, I guess, for the Panthers. They decided to go for it, hands the ball off, and he gets in there for a touchdown. But the extra point was blocked, so the game will be tied there at 6-6.
So how about that? It was a 6-play, 66-yard drive. They got 6 points, and the score at the end of that was 6-6.
That sounds like the devil to me.
That's not so good. Marcus got the ball and took care of that odd score, and they went down the field. 8 plays, 73 yards, and they went quick on this one. This was like one of those 1-minute drives where they were going quick. Andrew Parrish with all kinds of runs along the way. Finally, C.J. Respis gets a 2-yard run for a touchdown. Then they go for 2, Colton, and they run a reverse pass to Alex Albright.
Yeah, Parrish gets the ball. I think he hands it off to Respis. Respis tosses it back to Alex Albright coming around the right side, and not a great throw to the back shoulder of Parrish, but ends up bringing it in and walking into the end zone for the 2 points.
That puts Marcus up 14-6, virtually no time on the clock. One running play for 13 yards for Plano East, and we come to the end of the first half. It's Marcus 14, Plano East 6. Still a one-score game on Champion Sports Radio. We're about 15 minutes till the second half kickoff, and we'll be right back with more of the Shockbox DFW halftime show in just a moment.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by Champion Sports Radio. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the audio stream, and any and all other use of the accounts of this broadcast without the direct written consent and permission of Champion Sports Radio is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved by Champion Sports Radio and ChampionSportsRadio.com. This is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcasts.
Shell experts here with a pitching machine and a shield to demonstrate the importance of protecting your engine.
Think of me as an engine. The Shield is new Shell gasoline with 20% more nitrogen and rich cleaning agents than before.
And the baseballs are gunk that attack intake valves and fuel injectors.
Come on, Gunk, is that all you got?
Gunk is out of here!
New Shell nitrogen-enriched gasolines. No other gasoline protects your engine better.
For quality auto service and repair, see the folks at Flat Shell on Preston Road at I-635.
Are you tired of only spending time as a family huddled around the TV? Would you like to enjoy some culture with your loved ones without breaking the bank? Then let me introduce you to the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. The GDYO provides music education and performance opportunities for musically talented youth, but this is no kids' concert. The GDYO comprises 7 different ensembles made up of over 425 talented musicians ages 8 to 18, representing more than 50 communities in North Texas. You won't believe how amazing these ensembles sound until you hear it for yourself. So join them for one of their concerts at the Meyerson Symphony Center or Dallas City Performance Hall. For more information on how to make a donation, as well as a listing of upcoming GDYO concerts, visit gdyo.org. And if you know a talented young musician interested in an unbelievable experience, auditions take place in the spring. Connect with the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and at gdyo.org.
Do you need a boost in exposure? Want to reach local, community-minded folks with information about your business? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games for more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. It's also a way for your business to give back to the community by helping all these well-deserving student-athletes get some recognition for their accomplishments. The cost simply can't be beat for the effect it will have. You get a lot of bang for your buck, and best of all, it provides an opportunity for the best advertisement of all, word of mouth. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
Stay up on all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow at Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/championsportsradio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter at Champion Sports and facebook.com/championsportsradio, your home for championship social media.
Stanford. And Coach, last week weather was quite a factor. Not a factor tonight, but it made for some craziness last week, didn't it?
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt. You had to play against the calamities of what weather took place and being able to come back out twice and just mentally and physically reload and get ready to play again. And it makes for an interesting dynamic when you're going into a game with 15 to 18-year-old kids and how they're going to respond.
So the injury bug did bite you a little bit last week. Anything we should watch for tonight in relation to adjustments for that?
No, I don't think so. I think we'll bounce back fine. We'll be healthy and just play ball and put the best guys in that fit the situation outright and see how it falls.
Now on your opposing squad tonight, they have some people that might be out in skilled positions, but you can't take that too lightly. The next man up might be the man.
Oh, there's no doubt. These guys, Plano East Coach McCullough's come in with a brand new staff and a brand new energy. These guys have got as much talent. They're a little bit young, but they've got as much talent as anybody in the district, and just hadn't all been put together yet. And so you never know when it's going to be put together. And so we've just got to take care of us and put our best game forward and play our best game. Our best games are ahead of us right now, and so we just got to continue to play better and get better at what we do.
So last week, a career breakout game for Jake Nelson, and talk about him and the rest of the receiver core a little bit.
You know, in a new offense and a new scheme, it takes time to gel, and quarterbacks and timing have all take time together. And each week we've gotten better in our passing game. We've increased our productivity each week. We had 475 yards of offense last week, which is what we've been averaging about the last 4 weeks. And so our passing game was taking a little bit of pressure off our running game, which really helped us out in keeping the ball moving. We just got to finish some drives and not have some untimely penalties and turnovers and finish those things out, and I think it could be a different story.
You have 3 games left in the season. Some of the teams have 4 games left. Do you approach it that way with your team, with this 3 games and this is what we have to do?
Yeah, you know, a little bit. We approach it like this game has got to be our best game right now. I mean, like I said before, I think our best games are ahead of us right now. We've just got to put all the pieces to the puzzle together and play a complete game and be us, and not worry about who we're playing, but just be who we are. And I think it'll take place. We've got great kids with great attitudes. They've had a great practice or preparation going into this week right here in a big game. We've got 3 left, like you said, and each one of them's a little bit different, but they're all important. So we just need to play our best football right now.
Well, good luck, Coach. Good luck against the Panthers.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. That's Coach Jerry Stanford with the Marcus Marauders here on Champion Sports Radio on the Whirly Bowl pregame show. We'll be right back with the kickoff in a few minutes on Champion Sports Radio.
Many of us don't know we have a problem until it's too late. On April 2nd, 2009, Zachary Schraw, a 16-year-old sophomore offensive lineman, died of sudden cardiac arrest, the #1 cause of death among student athletes. Like so many SCA victims, Zach had no heart issues, nor did anyone in his family. If Zach had an echocardiogram, he might have been able to avoid suffering a condition that takes 10,000 of our youth each year. In his memory, Living for Zachary was formed to try and prevent SCA from taking the lives of youth everywhere. Join in the fight today and stop the silent killer of SCA by scheduling your young athlete for an echocardiogram, a procedure that can detect any heart issue with 99% accuracy. For more information, visit www.livingforzachary.org. That's living4zachary.org, and let your heart be heard.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management. The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShopboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShopboxDFW.com today. ShopboxDFW.com.
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
Writer Gerald Early said that when they study our civilization 2,000 years from now, there will only be three things that Americans will be known for: the Constitution, baseball, and jazz music. GDYO's Jazz Institute provides young musicians in North Texas the opportunity to learn what it means to be a jazz musician through weekly technique classes and combo rehearsals with professional jazz musicians. From the first note to the final round of applause, GDYO Jazz Institute concerts will amaze and delight both hardcore jazz cats and new fans alike. Learn more about the truly original American art form through the GDYO Jazz Institute, online at gdyo.org/jazz.
Back here on the Shockbox DFW Halftime Show on Champion Sports Radio. I'm Kerry Lowry with Colton Pettijohn and Doug Steele here at Kimbrough Stadium in Murphy, Texas. It's on the border of Murphy and Plano. That's the only place they had room to build a big old stadium like this, I guess. You can actually see the Wiley Stadium on the horizon here. There's a game going on there tonight for the Wiley Pirates. Meanwhile, 4 minutes about until the second half kickoff. Let's go over some of the stats from the first half. Team stats first. The Marcus Marauders with 14 first downs. They have over 20 first downs every game. They already have 14 in this one, so only 7 for Plano East. 227 total yards for Marcus, 128 for East. 62 passing yards for Marcus on 5 out of 7 from Andrew Parrish. A very efficient game for him. Only 2 out of 6. Or make that only 4 out of 11 for Plano East on passing there, where the quarterback is a Trooper Elwanger, and he has 4 out of 11 for only 26 yards. A lot of short passes for Trooper Elwanger in this game so far. Rushing-wise, both teams definitely get after it on the rushing game, and Marcus getting the best of that one. 165 yards rushing to 102 for Plano East.
Well, and this is no different than each week. They're always going to get their rushing yards. They're always going to the majority of their plays are going to be rushing, like you said. 30 plays for Marcus, 165 yards, and I think the coach is okay with only having 14 points on the board. They're leading by 8, and they've just used that clock up so much. And even though the time of possession is close to the same, they're running the ball a lot, and they're keeping it out of the hands of the Panthers.
37 plays for Marcus, on their way to their average of 71 plays a game, and Plano East has run 27 plays. That's 37 to 27. Marcus always seems to lead that statistic, and they do again in this one. My favorite, third down conversions, 2 out of 5 for Marcus, 2 out of 6 for the Plano East Panthers. And both teams have been playing more in their own end of the field. Marcus averages starting at their own 28-yard line. Plano East starting at their own 22. Jared Mack leads the way with 59 yards rushing for the Marcus Marauders, but Parrish right behind him with 58 yards. Parrish has done it on 7 carries.
Like you said before, they are utilizing him more in actual run plays called for him. Before, when we saw him run, it was normally looking downfield. He doesn't have anyone, so he runs it. But now they're calling plays to get him the ball to run, and it's been very successful. A lot of sweeps to the left and right sides, and doing a really good job. Like you said, Jared Mack got a lot of the carries earlier on, but we've seen more of Respis and Hopkins a little more into the second quarter of this game.
But when you game plan, and Coach Stanford's smart, halfway through the week, he's got a game plan for not having C.J. Respis or Nate Hopkins. So what do? You start with running plays to Parrish. They're following through with the game plan and trying to mix in those other two guys that are probably not 100%.
Yeah, and I think that's extremely smart because you can't rely on these guys to be out there because during the middle of the week they may have not been 100%. And honestly, they may not be 100% right now, but they did a good job of starting and sticking with their game plan, having Jared Mack in there running it pretty successfully along with Andrew Parrish, and they're getting the ball. They're able to get the ball to Caden Smith. 3 catches for 59 yards. His long one, I think, was that 28-yard diving catch. It was a beautiful catch. I don't know how he hauled it in. It looked like he popped out of his hand, and maybe he pulled it back in after that. Great catch, and it's been a pretty good game so far. Nothing too eventful, only 14-6, but Marcus is up, and I guess that's all that really matters.
It is Plano East homecoming, however, and their band starts to march off the field. We'll take one more break and come back with the second half kickoff right after this on the Shockbox DFW halftime show on Champion Sports Radio.
Shell experts here to talk about the protective shield you see at Shell stations all over the country.
Featuring us.
It's there to remind you that no other gasoline protects your engine better than Shell nitrogen-enriched gasolines. Now with 20% more cleaning agents than before.
Performance-robbing gunk doesn't stand a chance because your intake valves and fuel injectors are protected.
Actively shielded.
Hence the big protective shield here.
So try Shell nitrogen-enriched gasolines today. No other gasoline protects your engine better.
For quality auto service and repair, see the folks at Flat Shell on Preston Road at I-635.
Are you tired of only spending time as a family huddled around the TV? Would you like to enjoy some culture with your loved ones without breaking the bank? Then let me introduce you to the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. The GDYO provides music education and performance opportunities for musically talented youth, but this is no kids' concert. The GDYO comprises 7 different ensembles made up of over 425 talented musicians ages 8 to 18, representing more than 50 communities in North Texas. You won't believe how amazing these ensembles sound until you hear it for yourself. So join them for one of their concerts at the Meyerson Symphony Center or Dallas City Performance Hall. For more information on how to make a donation, as well as a listing of upcoming GDYO concerts, visit gdyo.org. And if you know a talented young musician interested in an unbelievable experience, auditions take place in the spring. Connect with the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and at gdyo.org.
Point of Origin Design is your one-stop shop for all your apparel, promotional, event, or team uniform needs. Point of Origin Design is a full-service design and logo creation company that offers a wide variety of imprintable and embroidered products. With competitive pricing and quality work, you can't go wrong with Point of Origin Design. It's always best to start at the right point, so visit them online at pointoforigindesign.com. Let them help you plan your next promotional item or design your next t-shirt. That's online at pointoforigindesign.com.
Are you looking for a way to promote your business or increase exposure? Do you just need more people to know that you're there? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games to more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. Think about it. Die-hard fans just like you tune in each and every week, giving your business unparalleled access to the community. It's the perfect way for smaller individually owned businesses to cultivate a core clientele or expand their already loyal customer base. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
Stay up on all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow at Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/championsportsradio and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter at Champion Sports and facebook.com/championsportsradio. your home for championship social media.
We're getting ready for the second half kickoff. It's Marcus 14, Plano East 6. The Marcus Marauders are on Champion Sports Radio. This broadcast of the Louisville Independent School District is sponsored by the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra and the new GDYO Jazz Institute. Enjoy a cultural experience with your family without breaking the bank. Visit gdyo.org for more information. By ShotboxDFW.com. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShotboxDFW.com today. Also brought to you by Point of Origin Design, a full-service design and logo creation company that offers a wide variety of imprintable and embroidered products. Go online at pointoforigindesign.com. In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. Call 972-851-7888 or online at incommandbroadcasting.com. And also brought to you by Whirly Ball, with 2 locations to serve you, Plano and Hurst. Leagues are forming right now, so visit them online at whirlyball.info. And if you've never played Whirly Ball, it's basically like basketball on bumper cars. It sounds crazy. Try it. You'll love it. Ready for the second half kickoff. Plano East kicks off to Marcus, and they pop it up. It'll be Caden Smith at his own 25-yard line, cuts inside at the 30. 34-yard line is where he's finally dropped, maybe the 33. That's where Marcus will start, first down and 10.
It's pretty interesting. We've seen Caden Smith take about 6 kicks back this year, and not really sure if you'd want to kick to this guy, because if he has room, he's almost just as fast as anyone else on that field. Big guy, and that time only able to get a couple yards to the 33-yard line. Like before we said, Marcus always starts off pretty slow, so look to see Marcus pick up some steam and maybe get a couple points here in the third quarter.
Andrew Parrish brings his team out. The ball is on the left hash mark at the 38-yard line. One receiver off to the right side, hand off to Jared Mack, who starts the second half. Bounces inside and outside, and he could go. He's at the 50-yard line. It's a foot race. The 40, the 30, the 25, the 20. The longest run of the game or the season for Jared Mack. He bounces out of the pack and goes the distance on first down.
And he was just stood up right there. I think that was a 67-yard run. Stood up. It looked like he had nowhere to go. Kind of spins out towards the left side. Sees that he has a huge hole, runs around to the right side, and like you said, off to the foot races, he was gone. I think they're going for 2 again.
And now they're going to pull the switcheroo, and they're going to go for 1 here. It's 20-6 is our score. Jared Mack up to 126 yards on this game. And the Marcus offense, we're just short of 300 yards. The kick by Daniel Blaney is up. It is good. And the Marcus Marauders lead the Plano East Panthers 21-6 in the opening minute of the second half. We'll be right back on Champion Sports Radio.
Time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management. The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hurst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
And that drive, 1 play, 67 yards, the run by Jared Mack. And that...
Only 16 seconds, too.
So, yeah, I mean, 11:44 to go in the third quarter. That drive summary brought to you by Wheel Repair Solutions. They are the #1 wheel repair specialist in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. More than 12 years experience in aluminum rim repairs, refinishing, and custom color changes. Independently owned and operated, Wheel Repair Solutions wants to be your choice in all wheel repairs. Here's the kick from Daniel Blaney from his own 40-yard line, and he drills one into the wind, and it's going to only be down to the 1-yard line before it's brought out by Plano East. It's the 20, the 25, bring it all the way to the 30, the 35, the 40 before finally dropped. A huge return for the Plano East Panthers sets them up nicely at their own 40-yard line.
Yeah, and that guy had a lot of speed coming through. That was Tim Wilson on the return and was able to just fly up through there and had a ton of momentum. Marcus tried to bring him down at around the 30, but so much momentum brings him out to the 40-yard line.
Plano East in their all-black uniforms with white numbers, and they start at their own 40-yard line. In the backfield is Deontay Powell, and he takes the handoff and gets 2 yards out of it. He is very, very quick, but he could not get away from anybody there.
Yeah, he's moving more to the left side than he was up the middle of the field, so he's only able to get 2 yards on that play.
He's at 57 yards on the game so far. Play clock slow in getting going here. They're down to 15 seconds. Only 6 men in the box for Marcus, and they hand it off up the middle. An arm tackle on Powell stops him for a second, and then he ends up only getting about a half of a yard. You know what? That arm tackle there, I'm not sure who it was. It might have been Jacob Carmichael. Got a piece of him. That was enough to slow him up and let the rest of the team get him.
Yeah, he came around the left side and was able to just get enough on him, like you said, to slow him down, and the rest of the team swarmed to the ball, and only, I think you said it right, no gain on that play.
3rd down and 8. They're 2 out of 6 on 3rd downs. This one's going to be a tough one. Back to pass. Throwing deep. He's got a man downfield, but Ashton Easley's right there. There is the catch after the deflection. Off of Ashton Easley's hands, off of the receiver, Amodosho's hands, and Amodosho lands on the ground and has the ball.
And what focus and concentration there. Ashton Easley was able to deflect the ball up in the air, and like you said, Amodosho just paying attention to where the ball bounced and was able to pull it in.
37 yards on the pass play from Elwanger to Amodosho. Now the handoff, and breaking through the middle into the linebacker core is Deontay Powell. A little yardage of 5 yards on 1st down there inside the 20-yard line of Marcus. 21-6 our score. 9 minutes, 40 seconds to go, 3rd quarter.
And I think that play may be able to pick up the Panthers offense here, saying, "Come on, we're not out of this yet." And they're moving the ball pretty well so far.
Standing to the left of Elwanger is Deontay Powell, the running back. He'll take the handoff, cut inside out. He's going to be pulled down from behind. He's going to get 2 yards on that one, maybe 2.5. It'll bring up a 3rd down and short.
Jacob Carmichael on the left side. Seems like he's always in on the play, bringing him down from behind.
They bring out Deontay Powell on short yardage and bring in the man who had the 46-yard touchdown run. And that is the punter/fullback, Landis Durham. He stands to the left of Elwanger in the shotgun. Handoff, and he's going to be pulled down after a very short gain, finally surging forward, and he will get the 1st down on 2nd effort down to the 10-yard line.
And don't forget, this guy, Landis Durham, also plays defensive end, so he's jack of all trades.
He's got 52 yards rushing in this game, the 2nd leading rusher for the Plano East Panthers. 1st down and 10 at the 11.
Well, 46 of that was on that one play, so.
True. And he stays in the game here, standing to the right of Elwanger, and he'll take the handoff. Bounces inside. Now look at that speed around the corner. He's going to be taken down, but not until he gets all the way stumbling to the 4-yard line.
And Adam Winston was there right out of the gate, but was unable to tackle him. He dove for his legs, and Durham is able, he's strong, kind of stiff arms him a little bit, and that speed gets him out down to the 5-yard line.
He is committed to Texas A&M, a Division I recruit, Landis Durham, doing everything on the Plano East team, including staying in right now. He stands just to the left of the quarterback. He'll take the handoff again, surge forward, crawling on his knees somewhat, down to the 2. Third down at the 2. They could still get a first down without a touchdown, but he's going to need a yard here.
And another little note that here, he's a 3-year starter, and he's has 24 tackles, 2 sacks on this season.
Elwanger comes out, breaks the huddle. Standing to the left of him is Durham. Elwanger shotgun, handoff Durham. Hit behind the line of scrimmage and spilled and drilled for a loss on the play. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, Colton, but nothing more than that.
Yeah, he was looking to get the first down and maybe a touchdown. To get a first down, you have to get to the 1-yard line, and was unable to do that. In fact, I think he lost about a yard there on the play. We'll see if they decide to go for it here, and I think they will.
It's 4th down from the 2.5-yard line, but they need 2 yards effectively for the first down. It's a little confusing here. Durham stands to the left of the quarterback, Elwanger. Very tight formation with all kinds of people. There goes Durham. He's going to be hit at the line, but here goes the pile, and the pile falls into the end zone for a touchdown. Plano East is on the board, and they try to pull within 1 score, but they're going to have to go for 2 here to get it.
Yeah, and they slowly surge forward. Durham looked like he was nowhere close to even the first down, but kept moving, kept pushing forward, and was able to push to the touchdown. And I think, like you said, they're probably going to go for 2 here.
They have 20 seconds to decide. Wholesale changes as they sub virtually the whole team inside and out, and it does look like they're going to kick. So the kicker lines it up. And it's a fumbled snap. The holder has it. He's in trouble. He's going to be drilled and taken to the ground, and the special teams for the Plano East Panthers thwart their chances again. And the dropped snap, and the kicker is never able to get one off.
Adam Winston and Ashton Easley were there on the tackle along with other Marcus defenders.
21-12, an important 9-point lead for the Marcus Marauders. 6:14 to go, 3rd quarter on Champion Sports Radio.
Point of Origin Design is your one-stop shop for all your apparel, promotional, event, or team uniform needs. Point of Origin Design is a full-service design and logo creation company that offers a wide variety of imprintable and embroidered products. With competitive pricing and quality work, you can't go wrong with Point of Origin Design. It's always best to start at the right point, so visit them online at pointoforigindesign.com. Let them help you plan your next promotional item or design your next t-shirt. That's online at pointoforigindesign.com.
That drive, 10 plays, 60 yards, ending with a 3-yard touchdown run by Landis Durham. The extra point by Henry Matson is no good. The second missed extra point for Plano East in this game. Here's the kickoff. Goes through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The drive summary brought to you by Salerno's Italian Restaurant, a proud sponsor of Marcus football for years. They're located at 3407 Long Prairie Road, and it's a family tradition serving Flower Mound since 1985. They offer rehearsal dinner, birthday, and catering packages. Salerno's, true taste, true Italian. First down and 10 for Marcus at their own 25-yard line following the touchback. And here's a handoff to Nate Hopkins, breaks it up the middle of the field, right to the hash marks, and he gets 1 tackle away from going the distance.
And actually, I think that's Jared Mack No, actually, you're right. Sorry, my bad. The 2 looks like a 5 sometimes, you know. You had it right. Hopkins on the play.
Huge run for Hopkins, his longest of the day. Handoff now, C.J. Respis, who busted around the left side. And they're gashing the Plano East defense. Respis all the way up the sideline before he finally steps out of bounds just barely at the 20-yard line. And that was a 27-yard run by Nate Hopkins, followed up by a big run of about equal distance by C.J. Respis.
Yeah, Nate Hopkins went straight up the middle of the field, and Respis goes outside to the left and kind of dances along the sideline.
28 for Respis, and now here's Andrew Parrish. Following blockers, a flag on the play. He steps out of bounds after a gain of about 7, and now another flag.
And Parrish was spilled along the sideline. He looks like he's grimacing a little bit. He's taking his helmet off.
He might be bleeding, and by taking a helmet off means he's going to have to come off. Well, no. It didn't get popped off, so I guess he can take it back and adjust himself there. They're checking out. It's going to be holding against Marcus, and then a personal foul against Plano East.
And I think that personal foul was after the play was over.
So how do you do that one? The referee today's game is Mickey Jenkins. Mickey calls the hold. Then he calls the personal foul. The hold will occur, and then they'll mark off the personal foul and go back the other direction, I believe is how it works. So it would be first down and 20, and then the 15-yard penalty will make it first down and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, and the Plano East coach is out there waving his hat around at whoever did cause the penalty on the defensive side. Not very happy because they were going to push Marcus back, and now Marcus is back to the original line of scrimmage, first and 10.
Multi-wing back formation here. Bryce Kubas over on the right side. It's an end around to Alex Albright. He gets a good head of steam. Didn't look like he was going to get very far with a lot of Panthers chasing him, but give him 5 yards there, if not 6. 5 yards right there on first down.
And most people probably would have danced towards the sideline, but he cut up the field and went for an extra yards.
Parrish with the quarterback keeper. Plano East read that one, and here is a flag, 2 of them behind the play. Almost assuredly a hold there. So after a gain of 2, or actually a gain of 1, we'll check the penalty.
And yeah, I'm not sure. I think you're right with the holding call. 2 penalties from 2 different directions, though. Or 2 flags, excuse me.
Our score is 21-12. With Marcus driving, already up by 2 scores. They're up by 9 points after the missed extra points by Plano East. 4:57 to go in the third quarter. Second down, and it was second down and 5. And now the penalty is clearly holding because it's kicking them all the way back to the 22-yard line. Referee Mickey Jenkins starts the clock again. And now here are the Marcus Marauders. Second down and 17 from their from the 22-yard line of Plano East. Handoff. Hopkins breaks up the middle, gets into the linebacker core, into the secondary, down inside the 15-yard line to the 14.
And you love having a guy like that. When you're pushed back so far, the defense probably thinks that, oh, they're second and long, they're going to throw it, but with a guy like Hopkins, he can get a lot of those yards back.
Marcus just hit the 300 mark for rushing in this game, led by Jared Mack. Parrish back to pass, throws it at the last second, trying to find a receiver. Virtually intentional grounding, but he certainly had a receiver over there in the name of Bryce Kubas. There was no way it was going to get to him, but Good job by Parrish. Otherwise, they might have been knocked out of field goal range.
And I think we're lucky that Kubis runs back towards the ball. If not, that was definitely an intentional grounding.
And now the field goal unit comes on 4th down and 9. It's going to be a 32-yard attempt from the right hash mark for Daniel Blaney. He already has 2 field goals in this game. The kick is up. It is good, just inside the right upright. And Daniel Blaney, having his best game of the season, puts Marcus up 24-12 with 4:06 to go in the third quarter. You're listening to Marcus Marauder Football on Champion Sports Radio.
Stay up on all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports and facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship social media.
Back at Tom Kimbrough Stadium in Murphy, Texas, Kerry Lowry, Colton Pettijohn, Doug Steele. Bringing you Marcus Marauder Football on Champion Sports Radio. We're going to check on scores from around the district here in just a couple minutes as we are nearing the fourth quarter in all the games. This one probably moving a little faster than the rest of the games.
And that last drive went for 60 yards, 6 plays. The end result was 3 points. Field goal by Blaney.
Here's the kick by Blaney down to the 5-yard line. Bringing it back, the return man is a beautiful open field tackle by Jacob Carmichael. Spills him at the 19-yard line. That's where Plano East will start first down and 10. That drive summary brought to you by Rapid Care Urgent Care Center in Highland Village. Rapid Med Urgent Care Center. It's a family-owned business and delivers the best, most convenient medical care and concussion management to our friends and neighbors. Our range of services delivered by our team of professionals include primary care to urgent care, immunizations, school and sports physicals, and much more. Visit our website at rapidmed.com. That's Rapid Care Urgent Care, quality care, quickly. A flag, dead ball foul, right before the next play. It'll be 5 yards against Plano East.
And on that tackle, the kick return, I love when players tackle at the legs and kind of do a spin move. That's what he did. He grabbed his legs and spun him down, make sure he was going down.
From the shotgun is Trooper Elwanger. He throws it out to the left side. It's high. It's caught. Tackled immediately after no gain on the play is the receiver, Zadok Wilson. 2nd down and 9.5. Clock runs, 3 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. Plano East trying to get something going here, Colton. They're down by 12.
Yeah, and that tackle was made by El Hajdi Jap. Always hard to say that name.
2 receivers over to the left side. He throws it to the left side. It is caught and tackled immediately over on that side, but that one is a little bit more of a gain. Give him 7 yards there, maybe 6. Out to the 25-yard line of Plano East. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
And like you said before, with a quarterback like Trooper with not a lot of experience playing at the varsity level, they have not thrown the ball very far. Short dump off passes.
4 out of 8 on 3rd downs, and here's a pass, and it's caught. Oh, and it's Amoda Show, who's clearly the show on the receiving core of the Plano East Panthers. They run the slant route. Wasn't very far downfield, like you were saying, but he got a lot of yardage after the catch.
And it looked like Hunter Warner was there for the interception, cutting in, but was unable to grab it. And there's a big gain.
Amoda Show up to 96 yards receiving. Here is the handoff to Powell on the next play. He's going to get the pile pushed forward for a gain of 3. Second down and 7 from the Marcus 45-yard line.
Yeah, and Amoto Show only has 5 catches. Doesn't seem like he's got all that many yards, but when he catches the ball, he gets plenty of yards after the catch.
He does have a 37-yarder earlier as he caught one, remember, off the tip drill.
Beautiful catch.
With Ashton Easley. Averaging 19 yards a catch. Here's the snap back to Trooper Elwanger. He's looking deep. He's looking for a motor show down the left side. And that one is thrown way over everybody's head. And there's just no chance for anybody to catch that one. Single coverage with Ashton Easley.
Well, it's probably a good thing it was overthrown because Ashton Easley was all turned around. It was in good position, but he had no idea where the ball was. Looks like a motor show is going to go out on the sidelines right now and get some water.
Coming in to replace him is Jason Sievert. And now a walk-off of a penalty on the play. Makes it 2nd and 17. They're back in their own territory at the 45-yard line. 1:56 to go in the third quarter. Marcus 24, Plano East 12. The Marcus Marauders looking for a win here would take them to 4-2 in district play. Pretty much need 5 wins to make the playoffs. Snap back, Elwanger throws it. It's tipped up in the air on a bubble screen, a little too high for the intended receiver. And that'll be 3rd down and long.
Yeah, and he just looked like the quarterback was a little antsy trying to get it away real fast and throws it up a little high. And I think even the receiver had a chance at it, but just bumps it up in the air. Luckily, there's not a defender around.
The Moto Show is back into the game and comes out to the far right side. Trooper Elwanger, shotgun. Movement, no flag. Elwanger flushed out of the pocket, running right, looking for a Moto Show, and now he's going to be sacked. Closing the gap quickly is David Thurmond. He gets a hold of Elwanger and drops him when Elwanger thought he had just a split second more. He did not.
Well, and that was a good job by Elwanger to keep his eyes down the field, but he didn't realize how fast the defender was closing in on him, and Thurman got right to him, swallowed him up.
Plano East will have to punt it away. Their punter, Landis Durham, stands at his own 21-yard line. Meanwhile, Adam Winston stands back at his own 30-yard line to receive the kick. High snap. Here comes the rush. Almost blocked. Very high kick. And letting it drop is Adam Winston. It's going to take a huge Plano East roll down to the 19-yard line where he picks it up there.
Well, the defender actually, I think he got it at the 21-yard line, but we'll not question the official. We've got some scores around the district. Hebron is now up on Flower Mound 17-14 in the third quarter. Louisville against Plano West. Plano West has just gone away with this one, 42-8. And let's see, Keller Timber Creek against Keller. Keller is putting a whooping, 21-0 in the fourth quarter. We'll get to the rest in a moment.
First down and 10 effectively from the 20-yard line for Marcus. C.J. Respis seems to get a hand up in the face area, but there is no flag on the play. He's taken down for a loss of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 12.
And I'm not really sure how you don't call that when the player's head gets jerked around. That's one of those calls that should never be missed.
Shotgun, Parrish, handoff. Right up the middle, and there he goes. Off to the races, C.J. Respis. Up to the 40-yard line, the 45, and finally dragged down from behind at the 47 of Marcus. Big run for a first down.
Yeah, Respis went right up the middle and looked like he could have gone further and a little faster, but slows up and heads towards more of the middle of the field. I think he just wanted to hit a defender.
30 yards on the run for C.J. Respis. First down and 10 from their own 47-yard line. Probably final play. And it's Andrew Parrish. He's going deep. He's got a man down the middle of the field. It's going to be incomplete. Ryan Friedewald had broken free, and the pass was right on the money, but could not come down with it.
And Ryan Friedewald knew that was a touchdown. If he caught the ball, that was pretty sure to be a touchdown. And it was going to be about a 53-yard reception, but it was not to be.
Parrish, shotgun, handoff, surging forward for 6 yards, and that will finish off the third quarter. And that right there was Jared Mack piling on to his rushing total. 3rd down and 4 when we come back after the break for the end of the quarter. 12 minutes to go in the ball game. It's Marcus 24, Plano East 12 on Champion Sports Radio.
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
Ready to start the fourth quarter. Marcus 24, Plano East 12, and 12 minutes on the clock in Texas high school football as we try to finish this one out. Marcus looking to go 4-2 in district play. Currently tied with Boyd at 3-2 for 4th place in district. 4-2 would give them the 4th place final playoff spot as for right now. Handoff to Jared Mack. Mack powers his way up the middle on 3rd down and 4, and he's got a first down to the Plano East 40-yard line. Move the chains for the Marcus Marauders.
One thing you got to love about Jared Mack is he is never afraid to take a hit. In fact, he welcomes it. I mean, he just lays his head down. He's leaning all the way forward, just waiting to put a licking on someone.
Tight formation, handoff, Mack, change of direction. And he's going to get a couple yards on first down. Give him 3 yards there. He's going to be up to 142 yards on the game. And the Marcus Marauders in total are well over, right, closing in on the 350-yard rushing mark.
Yeah, by far his best game of the season for the senior Jared Mack.
2nd down and 7 from the Plano East 37-yard line. The play clock down to 15 seconds. The game clock down to 11 minutes. Watch for Marcus to start using that play clock. Under center is Parrish. He rolls out. He's going to look to throw. Reverses field. Uses his speed. Can he find a receiver? No. He throws it out of bounds. There's no receiver anywhere near, but he's well out of the pocket, and therefore no intentional ground.
Yeah, and like you said, using his speed to reverse the field. The thing is, it looked like the play was all directed towards the left side of the field. So when he reversed back to the right side, there was no one to be found and was not quite able to get around the edge to beat the defender to go run upfield.
3rd down and 7. 10:52 to go in the ball game. From the shotgun, here comes Alex Albright. They fake it to him, hand it to Jared Mack. He's got a first down, and he breaks free, and he's all the way to the 20-yard line trying to get into the end zone. He gets to the 10, down to the 8. Jared Mack with a nifty run, and it's going to be 1st and goal to go for the Marcus Marauders.
And luckily for the Panthers, Jordan Williams had the angle on him to knock him down. That was a 29-yard run for Mack. It looked like he was only going to get about 10 yards and was able to just continue to run with it.
He's up to 171, averaging 9.5 yards a carry. Here is the handoff. This one's to Mack again. He's down to the 6-yard line, and that clock keeps running now at 10:20 to go in the game. We'll start watching the clock. Marcus up by 12, looking to go up by 3 scores here if they can get in the end zone.
And coming into this game, Jared Mack has only had a total of 268 yards on the season for the first 6 games, I think. was it 6?
7 games so
7
far.
games in, so he's over doubled that in this game alone.
Parrish, shotgun, pistol formation. Max stands next to him. Now Parrish back to pass. Picks up a nice block. Parrish going to run into the end zone himself. Touchdown! Marcus Marauders on a pass play. He pulls out, scrambles, improvises, gets into the end zone. Andrew Parrish with his 4th rushing touchdown of the season, and the Marcus Marauders are up 30-12.
And the blocking he's getting from his offensive line is just beautiful. I mean, the defender gets around the edge, is coming for him, and the offensive linemen just adjust and give him plenty of room to run in for the touchdown.
Out of the hold of Alex Albright, here is the kick from Daniel Blaney. It is up. It is good. And the Marcus Marauders lead Plano East 31-12. You're listening to Marcus Marauder Football on Champion Sports Radio.
Gerald Early said that when they study our civilization 2,000 years from now, there will only be 3 things that Americans will be known for: the Constitution, baseball, and jazz music. GDYO's Jazz Institute provides young musicians in North Texas the opportunity to learn what it means to be a jazz musician through weekly technique classes and combo rehearsals with professional jazz musicians. From the first note to the final round of applause, GDYO Jazz Institute concerts will amaze and delight both hardcore jazz cats and new fans alike. Learn more about the truly original American art form through the GDYO Jazz Institute online at gdyo.org/jazz.
9:43 to go in the ball game here. It's Marcus 31, Plano East 12. Marcus in all of their full gray uniforms with silver, more like pewter helmets. Red numbers. Hard to read from 10,000 feet where we're standing. But we're making do. Here's the kick all the way down to the 6-yard line. They look like they had a reverse set up. Instead, a very nice run back out to the 26-yard line. That's where Plano East will start. First down and 10 with 9:36 to go in the game.
And it looks like Marcus is finally getting their offense picked up and going, and this is nothing new. Marcus always seems to start off a little slow, and they get it going in the third quarter. That last drive went for 10 plays, 81 yards, ending in a touchdown by Parrish, a run touchdown of a couple yards.
Plano East sets up quickly. Trooper is the quarterback. He will hand it off, and a very telegraphed handoff, and the entire Marcus defense knew who was going to get that one. And it's Deontay Powell, and the tackle is made on the play by El-Hajdi Diop.
See, I'm not the only one that has trouble with that.
It is tough. That's a huge loss on that play. 5-yard loss for Diop there on his tackle. Second down and 15.
And going back to the last drive, Parrish is the second leading rusher in this game.
Snap back. Trooper throws it out. Tackled after a very short gain is the receiver.
Yeah, and that receiver.
Adam Winston out there making the tackle, I think.
I think that was.
No, it's Easley. Ashton Easley makes the tackle.
And that receiver, I think, may be Carson Young, just not having any room to run on that. As soon as he got the ball, he was swallowed up by the defender.
8 minutes, 25 seconds to go in the ball game. Marcus up by 19. Plano East with the ball with yet another third down and long. Trooper Elwanger pulls it down, has to scramble, and he's not getting anywhere. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage. A 3-yard gain on that play. It'll be 4th down and 9, and here comes the punting team. And the Marcus defense is now really, really doing its job, holding Plano East to only 226 total yards as we stand right now.
Yeah, Marcus's defense has been really stingy these last couple quarters, and the quarterback didn't have a lot to a lot of places to go, and his decision to run wasn't the best of them.
Back at his 12-yard line, Landon, and he kicks it off the end of his foot there, and it's going to take a roll, and it's going to be not picked up by Adam Winston. He had one chance to go and try to pick it up, but you know what? It was such a short punt. The victory by the special teams was already complete for Adam Winston if he just let that one go. Marcus takes over at their own 43-yard line.
But you could see Adam Winston wanted to pick that up so bad. He was fighting himself. Do I do it? Do I not? Okay, I guess it's too late.
But that was an intelligent play by him.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of taking the big old hit, too, is what he would have done. 7:33 to go in the game. Marcus 31, East 12. Parrish stays into the game. Jared Mack stays into the game. And here's the handoff to Mack. Gets out of an arm tackle. Surges forward for 8 yards on first down. And Jared Mack is over the 180-yard mark.
Yeah, they're hopefully they're padding this senior running back stats right there. It's good to see the senior have such a great game. Now Hopkins is coming into the game.
2nd down and 3. At the 50-yard line, coming out to the right side, John Hutcherson is now a slot back or a slot receiver over on the right side. Here's a handoff, Hopkins right up the middle. He's going to have the first down and just a little bit more to the 45-yard line of Plano East. They stop the clock to move the chains, but then it'll start running at 6.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, like you said, Hutcherson is over there lined up in the slot position along with Sammy Shazad, which we haven't seen much of him all season.
Hutcherson now goes over to the left side of the formation, the far side, the senior running back.
Yeah, and it looks like they're, with a comfortable lead, they're able to give some of their senior players some good playing time, the ones that don't get to see the field a whole lot.
Quarterback is Mitch Kaysen, the junior, now into the game. First down and 10, almost assuredly. Still running downs for Marcus as they try to close in on their 5th victory of the season after winning only 2 last season. Handoff by Kaysen, and it goes forward for just about a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
That's going to be Ryan Bennett on the carry. He's listed as a defensive back. But he's getting some playing time as a running back.
Also, Michael Davis into the game. He gets some regular time with the first team offense, but right now he's out there as a senior wide receiver on the left side. And again, they just are consistently going to try to run the play clock down. This is kind of odd because there's such a blasted hurry the rest of the game. Now I don't know what to do. 2nd down and 9. And now a timeout is called by Marcus. We'll take a timeout too. 5 minutes to go in the ball game. 31-12, Marcus over East.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShopboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShopboxDFW.com today. ShopboxDFW.com.
And quickly on 2nd down and 9, back to pass is Kaysen. He looks over to the left. It's a screen. He hits his receiver in stride. It's Michael Davis. Cuts inside, gets 2 yards on the throw and catch. Keeps the clock running, but 3rd down and 7 now coming up.
Yeah, the defense getting quite a bit of pressure in on the junior quarterback, Mitch Kaysen. Able to get it away in time to Davis, but not a lot going on. I think he only got about a yard on that play.
3rd down and 7 from the Plano East 42. Handoff, breaking free, and a 1st down. That's Ryan Bennett, the senior, in now at running back, getting his first carries of the season. And that's down to the 34-yard line of Plano East. And now here all the starters going out now to some applause for the Marcus Marauders. And here come all the seniors in to get some time here against Plano East. Because honestly, the next 2 weeks are going to be tough. There might not be a lot of time like this to be able to get in there and play.
It's always good to see these seniors get some playing time and know they work hard.
Kaysen shotgun. He's going to hand it off and immediately tackled. I mean, everybody knew that was going to happen, and so sure enough, so did Michael Johnson, the defensive end for Plano East, and a big loss on the play for Bennett. And it's down to a 2nd down and 15. 5-yard loss from the 39-yard line of Plano East. Plano East will drop to 1-4 in district. They are not knocked out of the playoffs by any stretch just yet. But you know who? I'll talk about the playoff implications of this game here in just a second. Kaysen shotgun, blitz look for Plano East. Here they come, handoff, Bennett. Maybe a loss of a yard. They're at the 40-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 16. The Plano East could not be eliminated tonight. However, Hebron and Flower Mound, the loser of that game, is eliminated tonight. And now, let's check the scores that Doug's put together for us. Again, last night, Boyd defeating Plano 29-7, which was a little bit of a surprise. Hebron up on Flower Mound 31-21 in the 4th quarter. That would eliminate Flower Mound from playoff contention. The other thing that would eliminate Hebron, even if they win, is a victory by Marcus, who's up 31-12, and a victory by Plano West, who's up 49-15. Therefore, Hebron and Flower Mound almost assuredly are going to be knocked out of the playoff race tonight, leaving 7 teams fighting for those 4 spots, including your Marcus Marauders. From District 5, 6A, last night it was Ryan over Fossil Ridge, 35-21. Ryan moves up into 2nd in the district. Keller over Keller Timber Creek, 21-6 as expected in the 4th quarter. Kaysen from the shotgun, 3rd down and 16. He looks back, he's going to pass. He's got a man deep. Into his hands, he's caught it inside the 5-yard line. How about that for Mitch Kaysen to Michael Davis, I believe, over on the far left.
That was a really nice throw. Yeah, I think you're right. That was Michael Davis. A good throw, just right in the breadbasket of Michael Davis down to the 3-yard line.
It'll be 1st down and goal for Mitch Kaysen and the Marcus Marauders. Already up 31-12, 2:24 to go. And they will start that clock here in just a second. No, he stepped out of bounds, so the clock will not start. Meanwhile, a barn burner there between Byron Nelson and Justin Northwest, 36-35. Both those teams fighting to stay alive in the district race. And Geyer way up on Keller Central, 49-27 as expected. Now a pretty classy move here, I have to say, by Coach Stanford to step back and kneel down. Once you have 1st and goal at the 3, Kaysen steps back 5 yards and kneels down. That'll get that clock running at the 2-minute mark. So, the district shapes up like this. Allen is in a bye this week, so they'll stay at 5-0. Plano dropped to 4-2 after last night's loss. Plano West will jump into second place at 4-1. Marcus will jump into a tie for third with Plano at 4-2 in district. Boyd lurking at 3-2, and that's the opponent next week for the Marcus Marauders. A huge game back at Marauder Stadium. Kaysen kneels down on second down to keep that clock going. Each team with 2 timeouts. Neither of them are going to use them.
Really no reason to, and just like you said, a classy way to end this game. They could continue to run the ball and maybe run the score up to 38 points, but I think they're going to just kind of wait it out here and probably kick a field goal, I'm thinking.
Well, there's a third down, and they're at the 15-yard line. They can run this one down to about 42 seconds. They do have to snap it one more time. If they run around just a little bit, there's the flag and a delay of game. So that's one way to do it. There's 38 seconds on the clock. When they get it going again, I believe they'll be able to run it. Oh, a false start is actually what it is. Marcus Football brought to you by Identity Media Services. Today, if you have a website but don't have professional videos, you could come in last in the search process. Identity Media Services is a world leader in producing high-definition professional videos for websites of all shapes and sizes. Their Emmy award-winning production teams can provide you with everything you need to have videos on your site showing off your products or services within 1 week. Go to IdentityMediaServices.com or call 972-868-3000 for an appointment. Kaysen goes down and kneels on the ground, and the clock will run on 4th down here. And they will run the clock out. The play clock is off, and that will do it here from Kimbrough Stadium. The In Command Broadcasting postgame show coming up next. Final score: Marcus 31, Plano East 12 on Champion Sports Radio.
Do you need a boost in exposure? Want to reach local, community-minded folks with information about your business? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games for more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. It's also a way for your business to give back to the community by helping all these well-deserving student-athletes get some recognition for their accomplishments. The cost simply can't be beat for the effect it will have. You get a lot of bang for your buck, and best of all, it provides an opportunity for the best advertisement of all, word of mouth. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
Back here at Tom Kimbrough Stadium in Murphy, Texas, Kerry Lowry, Colton Pettijohn, Doug Steele bringing you Marcus High School football all season long. Tonight, the final score, Marcus 31, Plano East 12. And let's look at some of the stats from this game, Colton. Marcus runs up 480 yards of total offense. Honestly, it was almost 500 before they started kneeling on the ball there at the end, and kind of took 20 yards in losses along the way. Rushing for 379 yards, passing for 101, as Andrew Parrish is just on the cusp of having 1,000 yards on the season passing. Meanwhile, Nate Hopkins was not the main runner tonight. It was Jared Mack, who had 268 coming into this game, adds on 181 yards. Really just proving, Colton, that all three of these guys have led the team in rushing at one time or another during this season, and they can all handle the load.
Yeah, and they're utilizing the quarterback running more. 8 rushes for 64 yards for Andrew Parrish. His longest was a 15-yard run. but effectively getting 8 yards per carry. Like you said, just about anyone on this team can run the ball. I mean, that whole offense, and especially with this offensive line, I mean, I could probably run behind this offensive line.
That's Keaton Sutherland, Troy Elliott, Creighton Barr, Malik Martin, Peyton Keibel, not to mention the guys who back them up, Jake O'Malley, Peyton Creek, Scott Parker, Jesse Nyber, and A.J. Wozniak, the sophomore. Those guys are just dominant on the front line, and we saw it today, not only protecting Andrew Parrish and his ability to throw the ball for 62 yards, and Mitch Kaysen threw it for 39 yards in the late effort, but also running for 379 yards. Third down conversions, Marcus ups the ante on their average for the season. They went 6 for 11 this time. Plano East 4 for 11. Marcus never punted the ball in this game, and I don't believe they turned it over either. So they ended up going for it on fourth down a couple times and not making it. Meanwhile, Plano East had to punt 5 times. This was pretty, it was turnover-free ball game throughout the game for each team, and so kind of a clean game, not a lot of penalties either.
Yeah, like you said, a pretty clean game. Not exactly super exciting, especially to start off the game, but played very sound, very fundamentally correct. Only 4 penalties for 43 yards, no turnovers. So, I mean, nothing outstanding, but they didn't really have to be crazy outstanding tonight. They just run the ball 52 times for almost 400 yards. I mean, great game. Coming off of a bad loss last week to Plano West.
That recap of the game stats brought to you by Orthopedic Associates. Marcus High School and the Louisville Independent School District would like to thank Orthopedic Associates for their support. For injuries on the field, at work, or at home, count on the expert physicians at Orthopedic Associates to get you back in the game. Orthopedic Associates, over 35 years of experience you can trust. We'll be right back with more of the stats from this game, the individual stats, on the In Command Broadcasting postgame show on Champion Sports Radio.
Are you tired of only spending time as a family huddled around the TV? Would you like to enjoy some culture with your loved ones without breaking the bank? Then let me introduce you to the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. The GDYO provides music education and performance opportunities for musically talented youth, but this is no kids' concert. The GDYO comprises 7 different ensembles made up of over 425 talented musicians ages 8 to 18, representing more than 50 communities in North Texas. You won't believe how amazing these ensembles sound until you hear it for yourself. So join them for one of their concerts at the Meyerson Symphony Center or Dallas City Performance Hall. For more information on how to make a donation, as well as a listing of upcoming GDYO concerts, visit gdyo.org. And if you know a talented young musician interested in an unbelievable experience, auditions take place in the spring. Connect with the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and at gdyo.org.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by Champion Sports Radio. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the audio stream, and any and all other use of the accounts of this broadcast without the direct written consent and permission of Champion Sports Radio is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved by Champion Sports Radio and ChampionSportsRadio.com. This is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcasts.
Point of Origin Design is your one-stop shop for all your apparel, promotional, event, or team uniform needs. Point of Origin Design is a full-service design and logo creation company that offers a wide variety of imprintable and embroidered products. With competitive pricing and quality work, you can't go wrong with Point of Origin Design. It's always best to start at the right point, so visit them online at pointoforigindesign.com. Let them help you plan your next promotional item or design your next t-shirt. That's online at pointoforigindesign.com.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShopboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShockboxDFW.com today. ShockboxDFW.com.
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
Writer Gerald Early said that when they study our civilization 2,000 years from now, there will only be three things that Americans will be known for: the Constitution, baseball, and jazz music. GDYO's Jazz Institute provides young musicians in North Texas the opportunity to learn what it means to be a jazz musician through weekly technique classes and combo rehearsals with professional jazz musicians. From the first note to the final round of applause, GDYO Jazz Institute concerts will amaze and delight both hardcore jazz cats and new fans alike. Learn more about the truly original American art form through the GDYO Jazz Institute online at gdyo.org/jazz.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management. The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Many heart conditions can be fixed, but many of us don't know we have a problem until it's too late. On April 2, 2009, Zachary Schraw, a 16-year-old sophomore offensive lineman, died of sudden cardiac arrest, the #1 cause of death among student athletes. Like so many SCA victims, Zach had no heart issues, nor did anyone in his family. If Zach had an echocardiogram, he might have been able to avoid suffering a condition that takes 10,000 of our youth each year. In his memory, Living for Zachary was formed to try and prevent SCA from taking the lives of youth everywhere. Join in the fight today and stop the silent killer of SCA by scheduling your young athlete for an echocardiogram, a procedure that can detect any heart issue with 99% accuracy. For more information, visit www.livingforzachary.org. That's living4zachary.org and let your heart be heard.
Back here at Kimbrough Stadium, final score 31-12, Marcus over Plano East. Marcus wins their 5th game of the season with a big victory in their rushing attack tonight over the Plano East Panthers. This is the In Command Broadcasting postgame show on Champion Sports Radio. Individual stats from tonight's game for Marcus. Andrew Parrish, 5 out of 10. He was 5 out of 7 at one point. Incomplete on his last 3. 5 out of 10 for 62 yards. He wasn't asked to do a whole lot, Colton. And however, he was asked to do it on the ground, however.
Yeah, and really in a game like this, when you have control most of the entire game, never going down, that you're always up the entire game, there's not a reason to run. To throw the ball much. So 10 times throwing is very low, only completing for 5. And then, of course, Mitch Kaysen comes in at the end, completes 2 for about 40 yards. And what you're hearing behind us, they're doing the homecoming court at the end of the game, which is interesting.
Never heard of that
No.
one. But you know what? It made the night go,
Yeah.
a little quicker because they didn't take up a halftime. But, halftime was important for the band to do their contest drills because tomorrow, again, at 6:15 p.m. at Standard Stadium in Carrollton, right off I-35 in Valwood, you can go check out the Marcus Band at 6:15 in their UIL contest, and it is free. It's free admission to go and watch the bands. And Flower Mound Jaguar Band is right after them, probably around 6:30. They get them through there pretty quick. That's right at dusk at a really nice stadium over there in Carrollton. So, again, on the rushing, Jared Mack, 181 yards. He got 20 carries. That's a high for him this season. Obviously, the 181's a high, averaging 9.1 a carry. He did get have a touchdown, a very long run of 67 yards. Andrew Parrish, 8 for 64 and a touchdown. C.J. Respis, 67 yards and a touchdown. Nate Hopkins broke one for 27 yards to get 65 on the game. So just huge running plays adds up to a very large average for the entire team. Mitch Kaysen came in and took the stat hit for kneeling on the ball. Alex Albright got 16 yards rushing as well. From the receiving side.
Well, for the receiving side, Caden Smith was targeted 3 times, and he caught the ball 3 times for nearly 60 yards. One of those was the 28-yard bomb, beautiful catch. Looked like it bounced out of his hands, but he regained control of it. And like before we said during the break, going back to the running stats, I think Coach was very smart with only putting Respis and Hopkins in the game for about 7 plays each, only giving them, a few touches, just kind of test and see how they do. They didn't really need them a lot in this game because they had the game pretty much sealed up by the third quarter. And so getting them to, put your feet back in the water, get you you don't want to be all rusty by the time you play Boyd next week, one of the biggest and hardest opponents in this district. And for the rest of the receiving yards, we have Michael Davis, 2 catches at the end of the game for 39 yards. Both of those balls thrown by Mitch Kaysen, the second-string quarterback. And, besides that, you don't need a whole lot of throwing when you're being so successful on the run game for 380 yards. So that's pretty much the stats for the offense.
And those stats brought to you by Sam Pack's 5-Star Ford of Louisville, a proud sponsor of Marcus football and home of the best new Fords and used cars in Louisville. 5-Star Ford of Louisville has been nationally recognized for being a great place to work and a great place to buy and service your car. Stop by tomorrow and visit with one of the friendly sales staff and test drive a new, used car or truck. 5-Star Ford of Louisville. Also brought to you by MarcusFootball.com. MarcusFootball.com is your one-stop for all things Marcus football. Pictures of tonight's game and every game will be available for purchase next week for as little as $2.99. Also, make sure to catch the new Coach Jerry Stanford show, where head coach Jerry Stanford discusses highlights from last week's game and his thoughts on upcoming games. That's MarcusFootball.com. We'll come back and close this one out in just a second on the In Command Broadcasting postgame show on Champion Sports Radio. Our final score, Marcus 31, Plano East 12.
Are you tired of only spending time as a family huddled around the TV? Would you like to enjoy some culture with your loved ones without breaking the bank? Then let me introduce you to the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. The GDYO provides music education and performance opportunities for musically talented youth, but this is no kids' concert. The GDYO comprises 7 different ensembles made up of over 425 talented musicians ages 8 to 18, representing more than 50 communities in North Texas. You won't believe how amazing these ensembles sound until you hear it for yourself. So join them for one of their concerts at the Meyerson Symphony Center or Dallas City Performance Hall. For more information on how to make a donation, as well as a listing of upcoming GDYO concerts, visit gdyo.org. And if you know a talented young musician interested in an unbelievable experience, auditions take place in the spring. Connect with the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and at gdyo.org.
Do you need a boost in exposure? Want to reach local, community-minded folks with information about your business? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games for more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. It's also a way for your business to give back to the community by helping all these well-deserving student-athletes get some recognition for their accomplishments. The cost simply can't be beat for the effect it will have. You get a lot of bang for your buck, and best of all, it provides an opportunity for the best advertisement of all, word of mouth. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
Stay up on all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow at Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/championsportsradio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter at Champion Sports and facebook.com/championsportsradio, your home for championship social media.
Shell experts here with a pitching machine and a shield to demonstrate the importance of protecting your engine.
Think of me as an engine. The Shield is new Shell gasoline with 20% more nitrogen and rich cleaning agents than before.
And the baseballs are gunk that attack intake valves and fuel injectors.
Come on, gunk, is that all you got?
Gunk is out of here.
New Shell nitrogen-enriched gasolines. No other gasoline protects your engine better.
For quality auto service and repair, see the folks at Flat Shell on Preston Road at I-635.
It's the In Command Broadcasting postgame show on Champion Sports Radio. I'm Kerry Lowry, along with Colton Pettijohn and Doug Steele. And the Marcus Marauders win 31-12 tonight. Get their 5th win of the season. They're now 5-3, 4-2 in district. And next week is going to be a really, really big week. It's the biggest week so far. I understand the Mountain Showdown is a big deal. I also understand that the Battle of the Axe is a big deal. But Marcus having a chance to get into the playoffs for the first time, and sometimes for a lot of these football players for the first time is a big deal.
Well, with a game with such big playoff implications, I definitely think you're right. This is the biggest game so far. Really needing this win. I mean, you don't technically need this win, but if you have this win, you're in, basically. And so, a very, very big game, and these teams seem to match up. I mean, they're both really good teams. I think didn't you say they're both 4-2 in district, or
Boyd is 3-2.
Boyd is 3-2,
and Marcus 4-2. And if you want to break it down very simply, Marcus needs to win one of their last 2 games to get into the playoffs, and next week could do it. That would really knock Boyd not out, but it would really put them in a world of hurt trying to make the district playoffs with a 3-3 record. They're 3-2 right now. So next week, Plano is on a bye. So right now they are tied with Marcus at 4-2. Marcus could technically move ahead of them next week with a victory into 3rd place in district. Right now they're tied for 3rd as we stand right now. Next week also, Flower Mound goes to Allen, which is actually probably here at this stadium. Mm-hmm. But the Flower Mound's not going to fare well against Allen. And And Hebron's not going to fare well against Plano West, and that's next week. Plano East and Louisville would both be playing probably to try to stay alive in the playoff race. That's almost an elimination game between those two. The winner stays and the loser would go.
Goodness. Okay, we're looking down, and there is the biggest mom I've ever seen. It's on this lady's back like a backpack. I'm sorry we're getting away from.
It is the shape of the state of Texas.
It is.
It's lit up.
It's like a backpack. She's carrying it like a backpack. Anyways, sorry. I got a little distracted. But these last two, it's not like, okay, well, if they lose against Boyd, at least they have blah, blah, blah. No, they have Boyd and Plano, two of the best teams. I mean, in the district, I think you have, of course, Allen probably at the top. Plano West is up there. And then it's all, I mean, bunched in there. You have Boyd, Plano, and Marcus fighting for those couple of playoff spots. So it'll be really interesting to see, and they're going to have to give it their all both of these last two games.
Well, we're going to call this one quits here from Kimbrough Stadium. They've crowned somebody as the king and queen, or duke and duchess, or chick and dude, whatever they are. They've done that, but we don't know who they are because they are from Plano East. So I'm sure, Nash almost was going to go to Plano East.
I'm sure this means something to someone.
It does.
I'm sure this homecoming
Hey, it meant
is
something
important.
because there are a lot of people hung around to watch it, that's for sure. So we're going to call this one a night. Final score, 34-12. I want to thank everybody who brought you tonight's game. The president of Champion Sports Radio, Thomas Lee. Our analyst for tonight's game, Colton Pettijohn.
That's me.
And Doug Steele on stats and weather and scores and all that. So for Colton and Doug, I'm Kerry Lowry, thanking you for listening to the Marcus Marauders defeating the Plano East Panthers 31-12. The season continues as Marcus heads home next week to host the Boyd Broncos in a game with major playoff implications. Until then, good night, Nash, and good night, everyone, from Murphy, Texas.